everyone. Welcome back to Whispers in the Mist.
Yeah.
I almost pressed the wrong hotkey when I was switching over. I was
Did
like,
you almost leave the meeting?
No, I almost stopped the stream.
Oh, good.
Leave stream. Bye.
Leave stream. See you guys tomorrow.
Fun game. Bye.
But yes, welcome back. If you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with all of our whatever, fucking our links to stuff where you can give us money and show us some support, and our coffee's on there, and our Redbubble with all the fun merch we have, and all of our social media links. So if you want to keep up with updates about the show, you can do that. Super fun, super great. Or hop into our Discord, which is also a lot of fun. A lot of craziness. We're having a conversation about bones today. So if that's what you like, if that's the content you're here for.
And if it's not, what are you even doing there?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
If you're here for this campaign and you're not into bones, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Why are you here?
really good. Maybe you could try watching our Masks campaign. That's less about bones and more about werewolves and fae. But
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
science experiments. But
Everyone's got their preferences.
True.
If you are in the future watching the VOD on
Hi, future.
YouTube or Twitch, yes, hello, future.
What's it like?
Is
Do you
it
have
better?
jetpacks? Is it better? Please.
has the environment collapsed yet? I just did California burn? Has Florida sank? Like I mean, I have questions.
I think they figured it out. I'm not worried about it. The future hasn't figured it out.
Oh, so Darren's in Deluluville. We've got it.
We just push everything off to the future. We're like, we'll take care of that later. It'll be
That's
fine.
future
It'll work
people's
out.
problems, and that's not the whole reason that we're in the fuckery that we're in now.
Yep.
It's fine.
But yeah, hello, future people. Make sure to like whatever video you're watching and subscribe to our YouTube if you're on YouTube, or our Twitch if you're watching the VOD on Twitch.
Bang that bell.
If we're still around, you can catch us live. If it's not so far into the future that, everything's collapsed and we're just not able to do this anymore. So
Yeah, hopefully we're streaming from our jetpacks, and Darren's Deluluville vision is correct.
Yeah, exactly. We've got jetpacks. The environment's fine. We're flying through space on space whales or something.
I'm putting Darren in charge of planning for our future, actually. That's something that I'm doing now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
our interstellar road trip
Yes.
to AndromedaCon 5043.
Yes.
I don't know. I think, is that all of our announcements? I think so. Darren, please.
Hello.
We'll be going to GaryCon, so catch us there if you're
Yes.
at
2
GaryCon.
weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks.
We'll be walking around advertising that we are not a cult. So
Definitely not. Just keep telling people. They'll believe you eventually.
we're really drilling it home.
If we tell you, it must be true.
Yeah.
We have merch that says we're not, which is evidence that we are not a cult.
T-shirts never lie.
Yes, exactly.
Would
Good,
these faces
well-
lie to you at all?
Yeah. You guys got to work on your pitch. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm Darren. I'm Darren. I'm going to be your GM today for episode 2 of Whispers in the Mist. This is part of the Old Gods of Appalachia campaign setting for the Cypher system. Go back and watch the first episode if you want to know more. But let's go around and introduce ourselves and just say your character's name. Give us like a brief introduction of their vibe just to catch everyone up. And then we'll jump on in. Let's start over with Charlie. You already talked a bunch. Let's start with Tess.
Hi, I'm Tess. I play Ruby, whose vibe is Well, what she likes to pretend she is a sweet, innocent girl that would never betray you in any way, shape, or form.
Never.
Never. If that's true, I have no idea, but it's fine.
We'll find out. We'll find out. We've got Jenna.
I'm Jenna, and I will be playing Ava Hughes. And Ava has the opposite vibe. She looks like she might stab you in the eyeball if you give her the side eye. Weirdly enough, she's the one who can function best in society, or has at least some memory of how to do that. Whether or not she uses those skills is kind of beyond the point. She's just living her life.
Oh yeah. I like the like dynamic we've set up where you're basically Ruby's bodyguard. Like you're just standing in the background looking intimidating while Ruby talks nice.
But also secretly Ruby's handler and making sure her 3/4 feral child self is not.
Yeah. Like it's totally a ruse where Ava is absolutely and in reality, Garen keeps us from committing atrocities.
Speaking of Garen, Charlie is also here.
I am. I get to talk again. Yay. No.
Yay. I gave you a break.
Thank you. I'm Charlie. I am here to play Garon Collins. Lovely, sweet, not creepy at all. Young man who, is
you can't say that he's not creepy.
Same vibes as we're not a cult.
He's a little off-putting. Does not emote very often, but can do magic shit.
Yeah.
And isn't afraid of a dead body.
Fascinating.
Yep. Well, let's get started. I'm gonna do like just a quick little recap, get us back into what's going on. Our gang, our traveling troupe of entertainers, Barnabys and Bertrams, is the group name, of course, makes total sense, has been traveling around for about a year together. Last episode, we got a couple of flashbacks where we learned a little bit about the characters' histories, including Ruby's past in like an ultra-religious town as the daughter of the leader of this definitely not a cult. Yes.
Oh no! It totally is a cult.
Oh,
Will not tell you anything.
This one's a cult. This one's a cult.
That one is a cult.
That one is a cult.
We're like more like a scheme. Like Tift is more like a, like a level marketing triangle. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we had Garon. Is it Garon?
Garon, yeah.
Garon, thank you. I'm gonna say it wrong continuing, but I just want to get it right this time. Garon. We got a bit of their past as they left their home and their like hometown and county to learn more about magic and healing and just kind of get more knowledge because they felt he felt under-equipped for the role that he's got. So Garon's doing that. During the leaving, of course, was approached by a terrifying creature, wolf-like, but also decomposing in a way, covered in moss and fungi, very sharp teeth, but was saved at the last moment by a massive black bear, who saved Garon's life and then sprinted off into the woods, never to be seen again. And then, of course, Ava, we caught up in their backstory with her being tossed out of a train at high speed, with someone yelling, and stay out, as she gracefully tumbled into the dirt. And from there ended up just by pure happenstance and good luck ran into Garon, who was also traveling. And that was our first little seed of this traveling troupe getting to meet each other. But of course, we're in the present. We are in the town of Boone. the largest town in the region, definitely kind of a hub between two major railroads. So a lot of going on there. You guys had your biggest show ever, street show, got a lot of tips, a whole $6, most you've made in one of these shows, which is great. And immediately turned into the local hotel to get just a warm bed for the night. Paid a third of your money that you just got, $2 for a couple of rooms, hot bath. Didn't end up getting breakfast there or lunch there because you knew it would be 50 cents each, and traveled out into the world.
Instead we bought croissants. It's
yeah,
fine.
exactly. Yeah, went to a cafe. But during our little snooping around, we got a bunch of different mystery hooks. We've got the trial of Denny Snow, who killed his family overnight about a week ago. Just his mom, his dad, his wife, and his child just murdered them in the dead of night. So he's on trial currently. That's the big talk of the town. You heard about there's this whole thing with over the last year, roughly once a month, there's been just a body that turns up with its heart torn out. So there's some serial murder thing going on there. And he also heard about a train derailment that happened the night before, where the conductor said that he pressed his brakes immediately because he saw a herd of deer walking out of the woods on their hind legs. They had blood red horns and human eyes, is how he described them. And he stepped on the brakes and the train derailed. So that's also a bit of the talk of the town currently. Yeah, and the last thing we had was you guys visiting the local jail. Ruby smooth talked the guards into letting you guys go in and talk to Denny. Learned a bit of his story. It turned out that he had killed and eaten like this weird looking deer. He described it as just like being off, like too many joints on the legs and all these other small details. And from that night on, after killing that deer, he kept having sleepwalking events where he would just like end up in the yard outside, just like wake up out there holding a hunting knife, stuff like that, until that all culminated in him waking up to find that he had murdered his entire family. And from there, you guys headed out from there, from the jail, with that knowledge and kind of all these different things to investigate. And unless I'm missing anything, I'm going to turn it over to you guys to kind of decide what you'd like to do next, what you want to investigate, what you want to talk about together. What's the plan? Time-wise, by the way, it's starting to get, we're starting to get into late-ish afternoon, 2 or 3 p.m. And there's a light overcast currently. And the smallest sprinkle of rain is starting to show up. Nothing that anyone's too concerned about yet, but that is where we are currently. Over to you guys. Sorry for all the notes. A lot happened last episode.
It's all good.
We found all the mysteries.
Exactly. Well, you just kept asking every single person, hey, what's going on in town? And they're like, well, I'll tell you this. It's a gossip town. Everyone's like right on the verge of telling you about something interesting.
Hey,
Everyone just wants to explode with everything that's going on right now. They don't like secrets.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you guys are back out on the street after being in the jail. There's still that crowd outside, this like drunken crowd that's like yelling towards the jail, like, give me Denny, I'll fucking murder the guy, sort of yells. They're all like just like this angry mob sort of thing. But the guards are like right outside. There's only the one entrance, so seems okay at the moment.
I mean, Ava just kind of snickers that they think that they can commit murder.
We also might want to try and find the speakeasy in this town.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah,
definitely down for that.
That was another thing from last episode where you guys are in Prohibition era, so the fact that there's a drunken mob means that there's some way to get alcohol in this town.
We should just ask one of the guys in the mob. I bet you they probably know where you get the booze.
Good. Do you want me to go try and convince a guy to give us the directions to a very illegal speakeasy right in front of a bunch of cops?
I think the cops have other problems.
Speaking of the guards, we should probably find those other two, Cooper and Esquivel, who...
Oh yeah, we should
Fucked
probably
up.
worry about money. Mm-hmm. You're so responsible.
Ruby,
Karen.
you might need to find them. I don't know. The guards didn't really want to talk to me.
Why don't I ask one of the guys in the mob where they got the booze?
You can try that. I will try and ask one of the guards where... Do we want to ask the guards, or do we want to sneakily go around and then potentially ask the guards later at a later date?
Where the reporter is?
Later,
Just with... Do we want the guards to know we're looking for them right now?
I think they're staying in the inn that we're at, right? At the Boone Hotel.
I don't remember if we saw...
It's the Boone Hotel. I don't think that there's any other places to stay.
Yeah,
so I
but
think that we're
they might-
staying at the same place.
But
Just
the
show up for
guards
dinner.
might also be locals.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you need to ask them something, go ahead. Otherwise, if you want, if whatever you think is best, I'm just gonna go terrify one of these mobsters about where there's booze.
I guess I'll go up to the guards and maybe inquire where Cooper or Esquivel are. Seems like they went through a rather rough time recently, and maybe they'll enjoy an invitation to a more lighthearted fare, like the show. Do I have anything that'll help me here? Give me a sec.
Okay.
Because I know I'm asking.
If you want to take a second to look at that, we can pop over with Ava if you want to go
Yes.
rough up a pedestrian.
I do love
She's
the
gonna-
imagery of Ruby and Ava going off to do this thing and just leaving Garon like a little child just waiting for his parents.
Wait here.
Yeah. Just stay
Hold
here.
on real quick. I'm gonna go scare somebody into telling me something.
It's fine.
Yeah. While they go off to do that, Garon, is there anything specific you want to be doing during this, or you just gonna hang back? Or do you want to go with one of the two of them?
How I guess centralized is the prison? Like, are we near a tree line? I'm imagining there's probably like a forest nearby, but I don't know if it's like on the other side of the prison or if I'd have to walk a little bit to get to the forest.
Yeah, you'd have to walk a little bit. This is a large town, and basically you are in like the hub of the town, basically where everything started, and then buildings and houses would have built out from there. But it's I'd say if you want, it would be like walking distance about 10, we'll say 15 minutes. To like just walk in any specific direction you want to just walk out of town and into the woods.
Okay. I think then, given we're that far away, I'll wait so I don't just disappear. Ava and Ruby come back and are like, where did he go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. All right. Sounds good. So you hang out there. Yeah, Ava, you walk over, you see one of the there's like the crowd of people. There's a couple people like scattered in the back more that are more watching. Who are you going after?
She's going towards the back of the crowd so that the cops don't overhear her
Great.
shaking somebody down for where they got the booze. She's gonna look for somebody who looks fairly inebriated in the back.
Perfect. You see one guy that's like is walking back to the crowd and has like a bit of like a dribble of like vomit on their mouth, and they come back like kind of like swaying as they come back. Yeah, let's kill the guy.
She's gonna grab him as if she's helping him stand up straight.
Gotcha.
And then she's gonna be like, "Where'd you get the booze?"
He's like, "Oh, thank you. Let's go ahead and grab a roll for that."
Sure.
Honestly, normally
she's not being mean yet, but
yeah. Normally this would be like a difficulty 4 task, but with this guy being as drunk as he is, we're gonna go ahead and ease that for you, make it a difficulty 3. So 9 or higher, unless you got anything that can help you out here.
No.
Fair enough. All right, roughly 50-50, 9 or higher on your die. What we got? 3?
Yeah.
Nice. Fantastic. He's like still swaying and he's like, not telling you nothing.
She's gonna grab him by the back, like the front of the collar, and just like pull him up, but like not quite close enough that he could puke in her face. If she doesn't want to, just like slightly turn him. She's just gonna like whisper in his ear, "You're gonna tell me right now."
Let's do another roll. Do you have anything for intimidation specifically mechanically, or?
Oh, I think I do in my skills. No, maybe no. I have what are they called? The intrusions. Oh, I don't have any experience though, right?
Yeah, we don't have any yet.
I was gonna say I have induced fear, but
Oh wait, I totally forgot to do experience with you guys last time. Just give yourselves each 1 experience.
Okay.
And I'll try to remember to start handing it out in session as well.
I don't think I'm gonna use that on him though. I think I'm just gonna roll the dice here and see.
Okay, go for it.
I got a 9. I did.
Hey, fantastic! Just barely squeaked it through. This guy looks terrified. You're now it's one of those things. How can I ask how tall is Ava?
She's about 5'7".
Okay, gotcha. So he is like roughly 5'11", almost 6 feet. But when you grab him and like pull him to you, his like knees just buckle, and you're essentially like holding him up, and he's looking up in your eyes and just like, you could go to Morse's. It's just down the street that way.
And she just like puts him back upright, straightens his collar. Thank you. We're having a show tomorrow night. You should come. All right.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Bring friends. All right. Thanks. Bye.
I will, of course. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say. And he like instantly like backs up into the crowd to try and get people between you and him. But yeah, you got another person to come to the show.
Is Ava thinking about using him for her knife act?
Did I resort to hostily intimidating him and implying that something bad would happen if he didn't? I don't know. There was implications there, probably.
Okay, so I don't have anything that really helps. I mean, I am skilled in both persuasion as well as deception. So
Yeah. So you'll at least be easing the difficulty anyway for that. But yeah, so what are you asking for specifically?
I'm asking if we can check in on their friends Cooper and Escoval to see if they would perhaps like something to get their minds off of the events that occurred in the last couple of days.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let's we'll do a roll for that. It sounds like there's like a twinge of like hiding the truth there. So
yeah, I'm not gonna say we know exactly what's going on, but
exactly. So this is another situation where like they were specifically like they're specifically
Told
not
to
gonna tell you.
us.
Like it's just like a general culture thing where it's like you know we don't want to tell you. So we're gonna make this unfortunately like a difficulty 5, which would be a 15 or higher. But we'll pop that down to a 4 with your deception. So you got to roll a 12 or higher. And never forget that you can always apply effort if you would like to from your intellect pool. If you want to reduce that another 3 to make it 9 or higher.
You know what? Why don't we just go with using 1 effort on this and drop it to 9?
Okay, sounds good.
I'm already using here's the voices, so my voice has that weird echoey tint to it again.
Yes, got it.
So,
Okay, yeah, go for it. Let me know what you get.
that was also a 9 on the dot.
Oh, perfect. You guys are just barely squeaking through with these. Love it,
We
love it,
are
love it.
doing the bare minimum over here.
Yeah.
Please do not put me in any situation where I have to roll tonight. I will.
All right, so Ruby, you walk up to the guards. You let them know you're just looking for Hooper and Esquivel. And one of them says, "Well, I'm not really supposed to tell you, but if I mean, you seem nice enough and could probably help them out. They're on suspension right now, so they're either back home, although I've heard that they've been spending a lot of time at, don't tell anyone who told you this, but the speakeasy in town. So
I'm sorry.
but obviously I'm a guard, so I have no idea where it is.
No, of course not.
Of course, I've never been there before. But it's like, but yeah, don't tell them we sent you. But if you can help them out, that would be nice. They're having a rough time.
Would happily assist them.
Thank you. Anyway, I don't know how I feel about telling you that information. But it's out there now, so don't worry about it.
Don't think too hard about it. You'll be fine.
Those eyes, you can trust her face. Look at
Yeah.
her. She looks like a little doll with like
Yeah.
just the biggest puppy eyes. She would never ever screw you over.
I imagine
no.
one of them. I imagine one of them glances over and just off in the distance sees Garon.
Staring into the middle distance.
Yes.
Just like looking at the tree. Like,
Yeah.
poplar.
There's like one tree in the street, and they're staring at the one tree.
And then they turn back to Ruby. It's like, I trust you with my life.
Love it. Yeah. Good.
Ruby's
Yeah, and I mean, at
definitely-
this point, you've already built up a bit of a rapport
Yeah,
with these guys, so it's not too hard. Cool. All right. They're like, I don't know. There's something about you. I trust you with everything somehow, but again,
Take all my life savings.
yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't have any cash on me, but I would definitely hand that over. But hey, I'll see you at your show later.
Oh, of course. You're more than welcome there.
Awesome. I'll be
Oh.
there.
Definitely look forward. I'll make sure to say hi to you.
See you there. And yeah, they go back to just standing guard. Yep.
Love it.
Well, now I have their housing location and the fact that they might be at the speakeasy. We're good.
I have located the speakeasy.
Two
Woohoo!
pieces become one.
Good
and there you
job. High fives.
Bare minimum,
Yeah.
rolling exactly 9.
I knew you could do it.
We are the Mighty 9.
All right, you have this information. You guys gather back up at Garon's location. What's the plan?
Ava will just be like, yeah, there's a speakeasy down the road named Melissa's.
Our 2 missing guards may or may not be frequenting said speakeasy. I might have a little more information regarding that mysterious blood stain in the cell and if it's also connected to our strange deer creatures.
So, I was thinking like we should probably do like a game plan for like should we like go talk to the reporter guy first and negotiate like, you know, reward or whatever.
Should probably
Yeah.
do that before it gets too late and we get too much information.
I was thinking the speakeasy is probably popping at night anyways.
Yeah,
I'd
give it a.
like to go visit the house at some point, and I should probably commute to the forest.
Maybe let's do that before it gets really, really late.
Yeah, if there's weird deer creatures in the woods, we should probably do the whole communing with the natures or whatever it is that you do.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, before it gets dark and the cannibal deer or the possessed deer come out, you know, whatever they are.
I like that idea.
So maybe let's go do that. Then we can go like swing around to the inn and see if we can find the. Maybe we could do dinner at the.
Yeah.
We could do dinner at the inn, or dinner. Maybe we could just like order like one meal and share it, and then we can eat whatever rations we got. And because we don't
There's
want me to
also-
like steal anything from anybody to increase the fund, right? That's still not an okay thing that we're not considering at this point, right?
That's something we do as we leave.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If we need food, I can just hunt.
I know.
I mean, our jerky
Yes.
stores are probably
I know.
getting low anyway, so I should.
I know, sweetie.
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow my rabbit trap? Then you don't have to hunt. You can just catch the rabbits.
A couple of us have traps, so.
Yeah, I do
Put
have a
them out.
trap. I just put them out.
So I
That way
don't
we don't
really
waste
want to
time.
catch and eat a deer.
I don't think we should probably eat the deer around
Right.
here, unless you want to get ghosts in your insides. You don't want to get the insides haunted. Bad.
If I clearly it was not a normal deer, so if we're hunting normal deer, those would be fine.
Right. I'm not convinced that any of the deer around here are normal. I'd just rather be safe and not eat the deer. I know. You love venison, but let's maybe stick to rabbit as much as I prefer venison to rabbit, you know, if we have to choose.
Okay.
I feel like we're having this conversation as we're walking through the middle of town.
The half feral kids behaving half ferally as they're walking away. Don't worry about it.
Fine, half the town's drunk anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I trust you to make sure that our food doesn't have ghosts in it, but you know, I'd rather be safe than sorry. If something gets missed and I get a ghost inside me, I'm gonna be so upset. I got enough problems. I don't need ghosts.
One too many problems.
I don't know if ghosts can really be. Oh, okay.
Ghosts can do a lot of things that you wouldn't imagine. And then she just like keeps walking, does not elaborate any further.
Huron's just like, okay, guess you're the ghost expert.
Something along those lines.
Are you walking in the correct direction is my
Yes.
question.
Yeah, back towards the I guess, are we going to the forest? Ava doesn't know
Going
she's going.
toward-
She doesn't know where we're going, so she's just walking
Well,
in the direction.
do we just want to give Garon time to commune with the forest, or actually go out to Denny Snow's house?
Is there forest near Denny Snow's house? Because then we could just like do a 2-for-1.
They
Yeah.
were off.
Okay.
Their house was like off in the forest, if I'm remembering.
Yeah,
We
there.
probably shouldn't leave you like either anybody alone at either place though, so this odd numbers not great for splitting the party.
We'll take a little bit of time and just watch over.
Yeah, Ava will
Yeah.
go explore like so that Ava's still in sight, but like just look for clues in the woods near
Mhm.
his house anyways, like cuz you
Yeah.
can commune with the forest and if there's any clues in the forest nearby, cuz I
Mhm.
assume that's where he found the deer, like Ava and Ruby can maybe like look for clues.
also look for, like, I'm sure there's some remnants of said deer. Like, there's gotta be the bones and stuff at the very
Oh yeah, we
least.
should probably grab the bones so that you can do a magical test or whatever it is on it.
Oh,
Little magic shit.
We need the bones.
the bone. Give me them bones.
The magic cursed bones.
So I guess we will make our way out to Denny Snow's house.
Mhm.
Okay. Just as a reminder, it's like a couple hour walk to get out there through the woods. There is like a lightly used dirt road to get out there. But you can basically follow that through the woods and have a bit of time as you're walking. Again, it's a little bit of a sprinkle of rain. It hasn't gotten any worse than that. So, you know, if you've got hats or hoods, you've probably got those up just to not get yourselves too wet. Yeah. Anything that you're doing specifically as you're taking this walk through the woods? As you exit town, basically, there's almost an immediate like forest line that you enter. And as you do, Garon, you instantly feel a little bit better. You're like, back to where I'm comfortable. And yeah, you're just marching on through. Also, it's nice that the woods are a little bit thick because it's stopping a lot of that rain as well. But yeah, is there anything specifically you guys want to do on this walk since it's a little bit of time, a couple of hours?
Maybe keep an eye out for viable game.
Mm-hmm.
So one of us can maybe
Sure.
throw a knife or something.
Yeah.
I think Garen has a bow. He almost shot me with it when we first met, so there was that.
I didn't draw on you.
Yeah, well, you were thinking about it. I can tell.
You could have been something.
It's not polite to pick up your bow when somebody approaches you. That's
I didn't
not
know
polite.
you were an actual person.
What do you mean you don't know I was an actual person? What did you think I was?
There's a lot of not actual people that look kind of like people in the forest.
There are
and
things that
sound
can
like
mimic
people.
I guess now I know that's correct, but at the time I was not from this place. I don't know about the weird skin mimicky people, whatever, skin stealer people.
You do, and my... Guess that you have the understanding why I acted the way I did, but I still didn't draw on you.
I'm just saying that, like, in the city, you probably shouldn't do that when somebody approaches you. That's all. That's all I'm just giving you feedback. I'm trying to help.
I wouldn't do that in the city.
All right.
But if because I know I have living off the land, so would I be able to use that as we're heading out to this city, or would we only want to apply that if I'm specifically looking for food?
Well, are you specifically looking for food in this case?
If we were trying to find stuff on the way there, I'd keep an eye out. So I'd sort of be multitasking, just like look for whatever we can along the way, you know?
Yeah, because the rolling of it is, given an hour or so, which you definitely have, you can always find edible food, usable herbs, potable water, and you can even find enough for a small group of people. Yeah, so basically, you can use that for free if you want to just like keep an eye out, grab some stuff. What specifically do you end up finding while you're looking around?
What season is it? Like, would there be berries and stuff?
It's early autumn, like summer's just finishing up. So you could probably find some berries that have been
some lingering berry bushes that haven't been totally picked clean. So I'd probably grab some handfuls and just pass those out if people wanted a snack. Then I'd just have my bow out and listen, and if there's a rabbit or a squirrel,
Fair.
Loose and arrow.
You do catch the sight of a small rabbit off on the edge of the path kind of slowly jumping back into the woods, and then it stops and turns back and looks at you guys. If you'd like to take a shot at it, you can definitely make an attack roll.
Okay, well now I'm suspicious, Mr. Rabbit.
Yeah, that's
Trapped.
That's trapped.
Too descriptive.
This is a
Oh.
trap.
Not necessarily too descriptive. It was that quirk of a smile. you
Yes,
got as
it
you
was
were
the smirk
describing it.
afterwards that made me sus.
Okay.
Well,
Are we
completely,
not completely paranoid from having Charlie as our GM forever? Who knows?
probably. I mean, also, like, you guys as a group might at this point be at that level where you're a little bit paranoid about this stuff anyway,
Anything.
because you literally just heard a story about someone
Yeah.
killing and eating an animal and then killing their entire family. So Garon, you see that, and then you can make the call on if you want rabbit stew or if you want to be safe.
Well, I don't think Garon knows that the god of the world was smirking, so.
True. Yeah, exactly. But at this point, like, there's
I know to be cautious in
one
these
story.
woods. at
Yes.
least.
exactly there's something happening in these woods. So, like, when you got the berries, even you would have like double checked, just to be certain that there's nothing cursed about them. So.
I think I would. I think I would play it safe, and if like there's enough time before it disappears to evaluate what it is and get a shot off, I would do that. But if it's just gonna run off, I'll just keep an eye out for the next one.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I missed some of what you said. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah.
I was like going back in my head. Did I hear it? No. Say it one more time.
So if there's enough time to evaluate,
Mhm.
like take a second look over this rabbit and evaluate whether it looks normal or if it's
Oh yeah.
got
Okay.
something weird about it, I would do that. But if there's not enough time and it's just gonna dart off into the woods, I'll wait for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, why don't you just make a quick difficulty 4 intellect task for me?
Okay.
This would fall under, like, you're looking for like magical influences, like curses and stuff, right? Not like for diseases at this time. The thing you're more worried about is curses. Is that right?
Yeah, anything magical and mystical influencing it.
Perfect.
Oh.
You got plenty of stuff for easing that then. So go ahead and we'll pop that down to a difficulty 3. Got to get a 9 or higher on your die.
Yay. Six.
6. Cool. I mean, it seems safe. Like, there's no like weird miscoloration. It's acting like a rabbit. Like it saw you guys on the path and took some steps back into the forest and is just hunkered down looking at you guys, waiting for you to basically take an action. So it's doing everything that a rabbit would do in this situation.
Okay. Since I am none the wiser, I will take a shot.
Sure, sounds good. All right. This is task difficulty of 3, firing your bow. So 9 or higher to hit it with your bow. Is a bow a light weapon or a medium weapon?
Let me double check. Medium, long range.
Medium. Great, cool. So yep, roll a 9 or higher for me.
Okay.
You can also this is a speed task, so if you want to use any effort on this, you can drop it down even more.
I think said it was difficulty 3.
Yes, I got to roll a 9 or higher.
Okay.
If you apply effort, it would be a 6
I
or higher.
think since we're not really in any danger if I don't get this, I don't think I'm gonna apply effort in this case.
You could always spend more money, you know. All right, 9 or higher.
That's 2.
Nice, perfect. You take out your bow. Ava, you watch Garon like very gingerly take out a bow and fire a shot. The arrow just goes wide and goes right into a tree.
Ava's
The
gonna
rabbit.
toss a knife like immediately after she sees that arrow's gonna go. Like she's just like boom and like just quick throws one of her knives at the rabbit.
Love it. Let's do. Yeah, let's go do the same thing then. We're doing a difficulty 3, 9 or higher with your throwing knife.
Mm-hmm. And I've got speed defense. I don't know if that counts.
No. Although, are your throwing knives light weapons?
They are.
Great. So light weapons are eased with all your attacks. So actually just have to roll a 6 or higher on your roll.
Yep. All right. Ooh, 17.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. Ava was like just like waiting for Garen to miss. It was just like, boom, man.
So Garen, you fire your bow, your arrow, it goes straight into a tree. As soon as it funks right into that tree, the rabbit starts sprinting away. And Ava, you as soon as you see it moving, throw your knife. You lead just enough to throw where it's going, not where it is.
Yep.
And it strikes right into its side. The rabbit goes tumbling and is no longer moving.
Fine,
Dead
I
on
don't
the
need
ground.
any self-esteem anyway.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's the only time Ava ever like gives like forethought to anything is like when she is calculating where to throw the knife correctly. Like this is the forethought that she gives in life.
Perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
So
it's all right. It's all right, buddy. You'll get it next time. We'll just keep practicing. It's no big deal.
So would I be able to retrieve this arrow or?
Yeah, that one's fine. You can just pull out of the tree.
Okay.
And then you got a nice little rabbit carcass you can cook up later if you'd like. I assume you just throw that in your bag or attach it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And random question, seeing as we just killed something in this forest and maybe made a little noise doing it, can I do a random like assess the danger of the area right now check?
Yeah, let's do intellect check. Are you using anything for that, or
well, I do
just
have
like a general?
I'm trained in assessing danger of a situation.
Understood. Okay, cool. With everything, just kind of everything on the surface seems quite calm and normal. So I'm gonna bump this task up pretty high. Unfortunately, we're gonna do a difficulty 6, which would normally be an 18 or higher. We'll go ahead and ease it because of what you just mentioned about assessing danger. So a 15 or higher.
And this is fine. I got a 16.
Damn, nice. Okay, let me think about what. All right. So you I'm assuming as you're walking through the woods, you're kind of keeping an eye on everything.
Mm-hmm.
The killing of the rabbit was all fine. It didn't seem like anything changed as that happened. But I will tell you, as you guys continue walking, as you're getting closer and closer to this house, the Snow household, you do pick up on as you keep moving, there's less and less forest noises happening, specifically bird calls and all sorts of bird noises talking to each other starts to go to the wayside. And at a certain point, that all goes away. All you can really hear at this point, no more nature, just like the rustling of the leaves from wind going through, the light sound of rain hitting the tops of the treetops. That's it. You're basically like, oh, there's the danger here. There's got to be something causing this. That there would just be like no more wildlife noises.
Well, I'm definitely pointing that out to both of these two.
Yeah, you definitely there's just some twinge in your head of just like danger, something dangerous.
It was just like completely oblivious. Like I don't know what you're talking about. As she's like wiping the blood off the knife onto her like pants and like putting the knife away.
He definitely looks like at Garon like, help me. I can't explain this.
Garon, once it's pointed out to you, you also notice this as well. Usually it's like the sign of like a predator being nearby, but even this is unnaturally silent.
There's something dangerous here.
What? Yeah, I know I'm here. I'm right here.
Something else.
Not us.
Okay. Should we be quiet and hide and wait? I don't know what do you think that we should do in this situation? What did the woods tell you to do?
I approach with caution. Don't be overly loud, but I don't know if just sitting and waiting would be the best course of action. Give me a minute, and Yaron will go over to a tree and start setting up some, maybe like pull out some incense and start setting up a little ritual to commune.
Yeah,
he's gonna try and tap into his connection to the green and see what it can tell him about this place.
Love it. Great. Is there a specific ability you're using for that, or just curious if there's anything I should read about, or if I mean, I'm totally fine with you doing this. I just want to see.
I guess Mystic Sense, because you can sense whether there's something mystical or magical going on in situations where its presence is not obvious.
Yeah.
You must study an object or location closely for a minute to get a feel for whether a mystical touch is at work.
Perfect. Awesome. Cool.
I don't know if this would also come in handy as we're going around here, but I also have See the Unseen, which I can perceive creatures and objects that are normally invisible, insubstantial, or hidden with magic.
Got it. Yep. Yeah, that's one that I've clocked in my head to always be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
But I feel free to always remind me if you're like in a situation where you're like, there could be something invisible here. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah.
Great. So Mystic Sense. So you do this ritual, you get your sage out, you sit down, and you're just taking like a solid minute to just sit and listen to the forest, listen to what your environment is trying to tell you.
I imagine I sit cross-legged on the ground and lean up against a tree and then have the sage in one hand and my other palm just on the soil of the earth.
Yes.
Close my eyes and breathe it in.
Yeah. You almost feel there's some like foliage, some small grass on the ground, whatever can grow underneath this thick tree line, almost starts to touch comfortingly against your hand that's on the ground. It almost leans towards you. And you, through this, get a sense that this like unnatural silence is magically motivated. There is something mystic at work here. What else would you get from that? Let's go ahead and do a roll to see if you get any more information from this.
Okay. Would I be able to, sorry, before jumping into the roll,
I be
able to tell if the like magical motivation causing the silence is the same as what I perceived with the Denny Snow? Or would I need to roll?
Oh, gotcha. That would be some of the information that you get from the roll.
Okay.
So I'm setting this as a you're you're doing the ritual. Let's set this at a difficulty 4, so 12 or higher. Once again, you got your understanding the magical training and all that sort of stuff. So that would pop it down by 1 difficulty, or is that something you're specialized in? I forget.
I'm specialized in understanding magic.
Oh my goodness. All right, great. Just gotta roll a 6 or higher for me, my guy.
I want to succeed at something. I would also like to spend effort because I don't trust my dice.
Good call. Cool. So this is intellect, so you'll pull 3 from your intellect pool there.
Okay. Oh, 14 left. Great. So 3 or higher, right?
Yep, that's all you need.
Come on. And this is when I roll a 20.
Yay! Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Our first 20. So in this, anytime you roll a 19 or a 20, something else happens. It's a 19 gives you a minor effect, a 20 gives you a major effect. So anytime you roll one of those, make sure to point that out. Also, ones have a very negative effect that happens. So let me know when you roll ones as well. So far, we've been saying the numbers out loud, which is perfect. So with the 20, you get a major effect along with this. So I'll just tell you basically everything going on here. It's definitely linked to Denny. You're getting this same sort of, you were kind of picking up on a bit of, there's something like inside Denny, like almost influencing him in a way. Maybe not when he's awake, but definitely this whole sleepwalking thing. And you were sensing that when you were talking to him, and now you're getting that same feeling here, and you recognize that as what's going on here. I think you'd also recognize this as like there's some sickness happening at a central location is how you would recognize this. And it's almost cursing the land in a radius around it. And you guys have just entered that radius. And that would explain the lack of animal sounds, like almost like the animals also picked up on this and got the hell out of Dodge. And based on the fact that this has been getting worse and worse as you've approached the snow house, you also can pick up that it seems like that's almost the epicenter of what's going on here. And then if you have any other specific questions on that, let me know. Because I'm happy to honor that 20.
Would I have an idea of how to, I guess, either like drive out what's causing it or cleanse this area?
If there is a way, it would be at the epicenter.
Okay.
So that's a follow-up question for when you locate what's happening. It's like you have that thought, and it's like, well, I can't do anything about it here. That's something I'll have to do. I'll have to look into when I know more by seeing it.
Garon's just been sitting here breathing and like in a very meditative state, where his breathing hasn't been super noticeable, and then he just inhales deeply and opens his eyes and probably just, I don't know, caresses the grass that was next to me a little bit before murmuring, "May the green guide us," and then standing up to rejoin the rest of the group.
Yeah, Ruby and Ava, you've seen this kind of ritual a couple of times by now. But whether usually Garon just goes off, does it every once a day or so, and then comes back and is like, yep, everything's good, or maybe we shouldn't go that way. So you're used to this by now. But over to you guys.
Ava just kind of ignores what he's doing, and she's kind of on the like looking around to see if there's anything dangerous. Depending on how long it takes, she might get a little bored and start like poking around at things in the woods nearby, just in case there's anything cursed for me to touch.
Love it. Yeah, looking for the cursed things. Luckily for
Doesn't
the
wanna
rest of the
eat
group,
ghosts.
you don't find anything. So you're
Awesome. Perfect.
but yeah, Garon, I'm assuming you share that with the rest of the group.
Yeah, once I come out of the meditation, I'll return to everyone, and there's something cursing or poisoning this land. We can probably get rid of it, but we need to find the central point of this area.
All right. Well,
Best to start with the house.
Yeah.
this is the absolute. They're awesome. We just love them. All right.
Cool. All right. So you guys continue heading on towards the house. I'd say at a certain point you see that the trees are clearing up to get into this area. So you've got about like 5 minutes left of walking. Is there anything that you guys want to do ahead of like getting to the house specifically? What's your game plan once you get there? Basically, if you guys want to have that discussion now before.
As we're walking, are there any odd tracks or like maybe an increase of like deer trails around here or anything like that?
Gotcha. Yeah, I like where your head's at. Go to we'll do an intellect roll. I'm gonna need difficulty 4, so 12 or higher to kind of keep an eye out for tracks as
I
you
don't think I
make.
have anything. Let me see exactly what the wording on that one thing I have is. Identifying. No, does not work.
Okay.
So
12 or
it's
higher.
just a 12. Nope, that was an 11.
All right. Right under. That's okay. Well, you're keeping an eye out for like deer trails and stuff. You see a few like of the regular deer trail things, but you know it. You don't know if they're being currently used or if those are just there from before this whole curse thing happened. But yeah, did you get something thrown at you? Good. Yeah. Our Brit hanging in the rafters.
We have a British menace in the background.
Yes.
It's all right.
I would
I'm not
also
worried about
like to say that it is a tea bag that she threw at me.
What kind of tea?
Very on point.
Did you just teabag by the Brit?
It is a vanilla black tea.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. All right. So yeah, don't get much information out of that other than this is an area that deer have been in the past, but nothing of what you were looking for specifically.
Fine.
All right. We good to approach the house?
Yeah.
I think Aaron would say, I like the idea of trying to find the remnants of the deer carcass first. That might be a good starting point.
You say that as Ava's already opened the door to the house.
Okay.
Right. So you made your way up. Garon's kind of making this point. Yeah, Ava's sprinted ahead, opens the front door. So let me describe a couple of things real quick as you're now here. So Garon, you're having this thought because you see in the yard out a little bit is like a butcher's shed sort of thing, where it's the small little building that's designed for keeping meat stored. It's also where they'll dress a carcass and get it ready for eating. So you recognize that building over there. Ava, you walk up onto the front porch of this rather nice house. These houses at this time would usually start out as like you've got the when they first set up the building, it's like a small hut
Mhm.
And then over time, over the generations, they'll build onto that. So this front door has been here for as long as this building's been standing. You see some newer wings attached to it, but you just open the door, see a hallway going through, and you're immediately hit by a stench. This like rotting, you would recognize like the scent of decomposition of like some rotting living thing, or what was once living.
I don't know that Ava would be able to tell the difference between like whether it was a human living thing or a non-human living thing. She just smells death.
Yeah.
There's something dead in there, or maybe multiple things. I don't know what they did with the bodies of the family,
a lot
but
of people died in there.
I feel like
bodies.
shouldn't they have like done something, I don't know, with the bodies, like buried them, given them last rites or something? Like what are you doing here?
But it also depends on how badly mangled the bodies were, if they could clean up everything.
It's pretty strong stench of death. If you want to look for the deer carcass first, we could do that, but yeah, you know what? I'm gonna want to like put a bandana on. This smell is bad. We should let it air out a little too. Like it's real bad in there.
We'll need to look at the house eventually, but if we
leave the door open, let it air out.
Start with the shed.
Yeah, let's start with the shed. I agree. That smells like those berries are gonna be back on the floor in a second if we don't air this out a little. Take some precautions for our own stomachs. Karen's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever.
Yeah, do you want to take a step back and head over to that butcher's building? So what we're thinking?
Yeah.
Butcher's shed? I don't know what those buildings are called. I'm going to say butcher shed from now on. Cool. So head on over, crack the door open, looking inside. You are hit by a different decomposition smell, basically similar of just like, oh, they hung up some meat and haven't gotten to eat it yet because everyone's dead and Denny's out on trial. But you're looking specifically for this deer carcass. When Denny described it to you, he had mentioned that he killed and they had a meal of that deer, and then starting that night for about a week, he would keep waking up like in places he wasn't supposed to be, sleepwalking, that sort of thing, always with a hunting knife. So you would expect that most of the meat would be gone by now. But something you do pick up on in here is you find a bucket with the like remains that you would save for using somewhere else. Like with deer specifically, you'll often save the antlers, would be an example. And in this case, you do find deer antlers in there. But these are strange. Specifically, deer antlers are usually pretty curved, have kind of a natural build to them as they come up off the head. These are straight lines and angles between each of the joints and the way that it comes out. There isn't a curve to this. It's all just jagged lines, creating this set of antlers that have been put off to the side for use later. Is there anything else you're looking for? You can also make like sort of a roll if you want to.
Yeah, I guess anything. I don't know if this is too general, but like anything else that seems out of place in here, or seems like, since Denny mentioned a hunting knife, if there's maybe a knife in here that something that should have been cleaned but hasn't been cleaned, just something off.
Sure. Yeah. The antlers are definitely the biggest thing. Let's go ahead. Just do give me a difficulty 3. Like it's essentially like a perception roll or just like a searching roll.
Okay.
So 9 or higher. Feel free to apply effort or anything else you want to do. This would apply to intellect.
Okay. I don't think I'd have any other skills that would help here.
Yeah, it's a little too general to have anything that would specifically go for it. But
I think I'll just aim for the 9 or higher.
okay, go for it. Let me know what you get.
Gosh, I'm gonna use this dice all the time. I got a 16.
Hell yeah. Great. Yeah, so the antlers, you also like look in this like bucket that he keeps off to the side for anything further in there. You do find the hooves are in there as well. They'll usually keep that for various needs, but these ones are once again less like the sort of natural curving and formations and more like sharp, almost like it was designed to stab somebody. You don't find the other thing that's missing in here is a hunting knife, or you know, the sort of knife tool that you would use in like dressing an animal to prepare it. So that's missing in here. Besides that, that's really all you get with this. You know that you have some pieces of the knot deer. You see that this is where it was slaughtered before the pieces were brought inside to cook. All right. Anything else anyone else wants to do in here? We have this information. I'm assuming you shared it with the group.
Point out all these things. I have a suspicion where that knife might have been taken. We ready to venture into the house?
You mean the knife? Is there a knife there?
No. I suspect that we'll find it in the house.
In the house? All right. Ava takes some sort of like handkerchief scarf thing and just wraps it around her face. So she has a barrier between. She does not want to smell that.
Yeah. All right. So you guys make.
Being from a smelly city, but not like that smelly.
This is a different kind of smell, definitely. Yeah.
Different kind of
This
smelly
is a
than
smelly
New York.
smell. That smells smelly.
This is, it's not the urine on the streets that good old New York smells like, and the traffic smog. Yeah.
All right, so you guys are approaching here. So going in through the front door again, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So you start walking in to there's a hallway that kind of leads through where, you know, all the various rooms would come off of. There's also some stairs directly to your left as you enter that lead up to a small second floor. However, before we get into this, first of all, is everyone going in together? Is anyone approaching this differently than walking in at the front door? I know
Ava
that's
goes
where,
first.
Yeah. The two of you following right behind?
Yeah.
She's got knives out, ready to slice and dice any zombies or whatever.
Whatever.
You know, with these weirdos for a while and some weird shit's happened, okay? So she's just ready for it.
Perfect. So you walk in, you take a few more steps in, and you can now see into the like large living room space that's to your right after entering. And you see an unsettling scene. I'm going to go ahead and describe it to you guys. First thing that's completely out of place is you see an impossibly old man is sitting in an armchair. He's wearing the remnants of what was once a sharp suit, but it's now hanging from his frame with it's tattered with age rather than specific cuts or tears. There's 4 almost translucent. Oh, by the way, before I continue with that, you do see small, shallow breaths from this man. He is alive.
He's a what?
You see around him are 4 almost translucent figures floating in the air just off the ground. There's a couple in their 50s. There's a young woman, and there's a small child, barely older than 4. Each of them are each of these figures floating bear several wounds that appear to be made by a sharp blade. And they're all stone-faced, unfocused eyes. You also see that from the belly of each of these 4 figures floating through the air is this fleshy yet ethereal, almost translucent again, tube that's coming out of them and approaching the old man sitting in this armchair and connecting to his stomach as well, almost like an umbilical cord is how this would remind you. So all 4 of them are leading back to this man sitting in the chair, and they're floating through the air almost as if they were underwater or in space. That sort of floating without gravity, ignoring gravity.
You remember when you said it wasn't ghosts, Garen? I feel like this might be ghosts. I'm just saying.
The man's neck cracks and creaks as he slowly turns his head towards you, Ava, and you hear him say, "You shouldn't be here."
What the fuck are you?
I was here long before you, and I'll be here long after.
Are you feeding on the ghosts or the ghosts feeding on you? I have questions.
Does this man resemble Denny Snow?
No.
Okay.
As you have this thought, and Ava, you're like, I have questions. He's like, he says, I'm afraid you'll never get the answers. And he raises his hand, and the front door slams shut. And I'm going to have everyone roll initiative as we jump into some crazy stuff. But before we jump into that, this is a perfect time to stop for a break.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yes. So we're gonna stop here for 10 minutes. We'll see you back, and we'll see what happens during our first combat encounter of Old Gods of Appalachia.
We're gonna die.
Okay.
We're all gonna be ghosts.
Be back in 10 minutes.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people I wanna know. If you're feeling it too, out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under street lights right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been a cynic for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
I'm looking at you. I'm trying to get your attention. Can I come close? I don't know how to play this. Our hands touch once or twice, feeling kind of hypnotized. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, it looks I'm trying to breathe, but the air feels just like water. You're making me weak now. What doesn't kill you makes you. Our hands touch once or twice. We should let them intertwine. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall on.
80-foot tall wolf sitting right in front of us. You had just had a wolf inside of you, like literally inside of you, but not like in a fun way, but like in a not fun way. And
What
you
is
know,
the fun way?
No.
ask Henry.
We're not elaborate, okay? That's a different thing.
Yeah.
This is not that kind of campaign.
No.
You're not playing Monster
That's for
Heart.
monsters.
Oh.
And they're just like, no, it's bags. I'm just like,
And you have to say it like that too.
Bags.
The that's a very Wisconsin dialect thing. Bags.
It's just cornhole.
Bags. Well,
Touch.
no, it's like ladder golf is not ladder golf here. It's testy toss. It's different because it's from Wisconsin, and we're all drunk.
Pause.
We're all drunk while we do it.
Like, oh no, my phone. Well, looks like I only have you to talk to, Salvatore.
Is that a threat?
That's a promise.
Is it? Perfect?
And that is the garbage plate, which I had to look this up because I forgot everything that goes in one. I've never eaten one. The fact that I know of their existence is a curse.
Yes.
A traditional plate is your choice of cheeseburger, hamburger, Italian sausages, steak, chicken, red hots, served on top of any combination of home fries, french fries, baked beans, and/or macaroni salad, and then topped with hot sauce, sometimes also topped with optional mustard and onions. It's usually served with a slice of buttered bread.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage plate.
That's
It's
gonna
a
be our
very
new
apt
ladies and gentlemen
name.
the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage.
Sylvie were told by Natalie yet, but I think I'm changing the code name. I'm gonna be Magic Werewolf Man. Figured I'd go with Coyote.
Yep. You just hop a couple times.
Ha! Ha!
Nope.
Doesn't
Maybe
look
it's
like
the
it.
pose.
Try a couple more.
Yes.
Ha!
Yes.
Ha!
Is Elena just watching this?
I
I love it.
don't think it's
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, Show me light, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground. But I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got. And I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me light, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. Show me light, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. 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 Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got.
The Brits, and that's why you were late.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Well, you're
Throwing their
technically
tea
not
at
late
you.
since we're
They're still mad
yeah.
about the whole Boston Harbor
Yeah.
incident. So they're throwing their tea at you.
She's currently trying to figure out what kind of water she wants to have.
What kind of water?
She has flavor drops that she can put in it.
I feel like
Oh,
we've
okay.
had this
Good.
conversation
I was like
before.
the wet kind.
Anyway,
So now that we're back,
Uh-huh.
and Tessa's done with her war with the Brits,
No,
we can-
no.
It's a temporary ceasefire, actually, but you
Oh,
know.
okay, good.
Yeah, it's temporary.
Very temporary. That's what's important.
good.
It's until she decides to throw another tea bag at me.
All right, so we're jumping into initiative here.
shouting somebody.
All right, jumping into initiative here. So this is our first time doing that, so I'll just explain real quick. Initiative is a speed task.
Oh God.
And it's based on the level of the monster that you're facing, which in this case is a 6. So you have to roll. So basically, we'll have 3 total groups. We'll have the person you're fighting. We'll have the people that go before the person you're fighting. We have the people that go after the person you're fighting. And depending on how you roll is where you're going to sit in that. So it's a speed task. If you're trained in initiative, then you can ease that down to a difficulty 5, which would be a 15 or higher. And if you want to apply effort by spending 3 speed, then you can reduce that as well.
I'm trained.
Fantastic.
I'm
So
not.
you have to roll a 15 or higher. Everyone else is an 18 or higher, unless you want to spend some effort.
I'm going to spend an effort for it.
So you're going to reduce or take 3 away from your speed.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
That's from the pool, right?
Yes. So you're going to be rolling a 12 or higher on yours then.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend the effort to reduce mine too.
I'll
Okay.
spend the effort.
All right. So for Ruby, I believe you have armor on, right?
Oh yeah, shit.
So, which you did the +3 armor. So if you want to spend effort, it's going to cost you 6 from your speed pool, 1 for each level of armor. So up to you.
That's hard.
Yeah. So
You know what? It'll be fine. We'll go
fine.
with that.
All right. So reduce 6 from your speed pool, and then you got to roll a 15 or higher.
Still might fuck me over. It's fine.
And then just let me know if you succeeded or failed on your roll.
I
I got a
failed.
natural 20.
Oh, fantastic. All right. We'll come back to Ava's. We got a fail over there from Gara.
Yep, I got a 12.
I succeeded.
You did. Fantastic.
Mhm.
All right. That is Ruby. All right. Ava. Yeah, we'll do something special on your turn since you rolled a nat 20, but let's come back to that in just a moment. Cool. So just to remind us all where we are, you're in this house. You were basically you've come in through the entryway in this hallway. The living room space is where we saw this impossibly old man sitting in an armchair. By the way, Ava, you instantly clock that bad smell was coming from this room, from him. So that's where that decomposing smell comes from. He's also got those 4 floating figures around him that, again, are almost translucent. You can see through them a little bit, making you think that this is less of physical bodies and more like the energies or the ghosts of something. But the entrance into this living room, it's one of those like open space sort of designs where it's like quite a large entryway. And you see all the ghosts turn to face you, Ava, and almost begin to float towards you as you get the first bit of initiative here. What would you like to do?
I am going to throw some knives at those fleshy connections specifically.
Awesome.
And I'm going
Yes.
to be using my quick throw. So
On the fleshy connections, like the umbilical cord like things. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying? Cool.
Ava's not like the brightest bulb of the bunch, by a long shot, but she's like, maybe if I sever those connections, something will happen to the bad man with the ghost baby fetuses. I don't know.
Makes sense to me. Cool.
Makes sense
All
to Ava.
All right, so hitting one of these umbilical cords is a difficulty 3 task, which
Okay.
would mean you would roll a 9 or higher. However, that's eased because of your because it's a light weapon, and then also on top of that, because you rolled a nat 20, we'll go ahead and say that your first action that you take with a nat 20 will be eased as well, and we'll just say that going forward. So actually,
Okay.
we're reducing a 3 down to a 1. All you got to do right now is roll me a 3 or higher. Easy as that.
Sweet. And I just
Or in cases like this, you can always apply a level of effort if you wanted to reduce it to a difficulty 0, which means that you just succeed without even having to roll. But that's up to you.
that's okay.
All right.
I think I can roll over what is it, a 2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just don't roll a 1 or a 2, and you'll be fine.
I rolled an 11.
Hooray! Success.
Don't roll like me and you'll be fine.
So yeah, one knife goes that way, and then she's gonna using the quick throw, which is a speed cost, but I have the edge and speed, so it's 0, right? And then she gets to throw another.
Yes, yeah, and then you can throw
Boom,
another
boom.
one, right? I love that. That's great. Before you continue, or actually, yeah, go ahead and roll your next one.
Okay, I rolled a 10 for that one, so
Fantastic.
whatever
so-
the difficulty is, you can
All right, so let me ask you this: which 2 umbilical cords would you like to hit? As a reminder, we've got a man and a woman in their 50s. We've got a younger woman, probably just barely 20, 21, and then she'd be older, 24 or 25, mid-20s. And then we have a young child, a girl, maybe.
Child and the young woman.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Chuck your daggers. The damage for your knives is automatically 2, so you'll do 2 damage on each of those. And
It's 3.
Oh, it's 3 damage. Fantastic.
Yeah, I have weapon wielder.
Yes. Of course.
+1 to damage. So
Awesome.
3.
Go. Yeah. You built your character around
Yep.
this specific thing. So
She's good at throwing
good at it.
knives.
Yep. Great. Sounds good. Well, I'll just a little peek here. The umbilical cords have exactly 3 hit points. So you strike through each of these umbilical cords, and you see the woman and this young girl. You are piecing together already that this is likely Denny's family. So his wife and his daughter. You see that their faces, the expression softens. It's almost like a relief on their face as these forms just vanish, slowly disappear, and they go away.
She just says, "Rest in peace, family members of
Everyone just
Denny."
frantically goes through last rites behind you.
Awkward goodbye.
Perfect.
Be free, ghosties.
You see the man in the chair looks very angry at that, and he looks at you and he's like, "You're first."
Okay.
Great. So you've taken your action for your turn. Every turn you get 1 action and then a little bit of movement. You can move an immediate distance for free.
I'd like to move towards where the knives were and recollect my knives.
Sounds good. So you walk past this man.
I'm just like, "Hey, dude, I'm just gonna grab these real quick. Could you just hold on a second?" Yeah.
Reach around you right there.
I've only got 3 for now. We're working on getting more money, whatever.
Perfect. You pick them up off the floor. Love it. And there you go. That's your turn. All right, that's Ava. We're jumping over to Ruby next.
Ruby is going as soon as, after he says, "You're first" to Ava, Ruby immediately starts speaking about why that is not going to be the case and activates Bewitch.
Great.
Which...
Tell me about that.
Bewitch is, while talking, you grab and keep another creature's attention, even if the creature can't understand you. For as long as you do nothing but speak, I can't even move. The other creature takes no actions other than to defend itself, even over multiple rounds. If the creature is attacked, the effect ends.
Love it. Cool. And you're doing that on the old man, right?
Yes.
Love it. Makes sense. That tracks. All right. Sounds good. So, and what did you say you were telling him about?
She's just going off about random shit at this point, but specifically why he's not going after Ava right now is what she starts with.
Gotcha. You shouldn't go after Ava for these reasons.
Yeah.
It goes into a list, gets a PowerPoint out.
Yeah. Maybe come to our show later. It'll be great.
That bitch is crazy. Also, she feels very passionately about letting ghosts free into their afterlife so that they're not cursed to an eternity of bad things.
Does it kind of waver into culty bullshit a couple times? Yes, but it's fine.
Yes.
So good. Cool. So you just start talking. You're kind of you've tapped back into those kind of whispers in your mind that are almost guiding your speech to say just the right things to keep his attention on you, so that so that Ava can walk right past and collect her daggers. As long as you keep this up, he can't take any actions while he's right there with you. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Anything else you want to do? Oh no, you can't do anything else.
Yeah, I can't move.
You're trapped. Cool. Did you take a step into the room or anything before that, or are you staying out in the hallway?
I do think she stepped forward, if only to make sure they have a sight line kind of thing. So she stepped forward and then started her speech, because then it was
Perfect.
kind of one of
right
those
there
things.
in front of you. Make sure that you're the center of
Yeah,
attention.
it was more like, this is a presentation in a way. I'm making an entrance, so he naturally focuses on me. But then that's his fault, his biggest mistake, because now he's focused on me and he can't stop.
Right, exactly.
And that's a you problem now.
Love it. Okay, cool. All right, I love it. Great. So that's Ruby's turn. We're now gonna jump over to this old man and the ghosts. All right, let's start with these ghosts. I'm gonna have let's see. Yeah, I think they're gonna go. They're basically last inkling from this old man before he started locking in with Ruby was taking down Ava. So they're gonna do that. So he's focused on you, and he's not taking a turn anything this turn. But those ghosts are going after Ava. So Ava, you reach down, you pick up your daggers, and you turn around, and you see this couple in their 50s turn around, come over to you, and like reach out just to do something to you. So
Cool.
I need a speed. This is 2 separate attacks, so I'm gonna need 2 speed defense rolls from you.
Great.
It's only a difficulty of 2, so you just got to reach a 6 or higher.
Okay. I'm also trained in speed defense.
Of course you are. So that's a difficulty of 1. Just got to roll a 3 or higher, Mike. Friend.
Okay. I rolled a 15 and a 11.
Easy. Cool.
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and describe it? They're basically reaching out to do some sort of like energy siphoning attack by grabbing you. So as they do that, what are you kind of doing?
I feel like she does like a dot or like a weave from the other one, and then like a duck, and then like tuck and roll to grab her daggers, and then like comes back up to her feet.
Perfect. Love it. All right. So that's that. We'll jump over to Garon next. So we got these 2 ghosts going after Ava. This old man's locked in step with Ruby. What would you like to do?
I think, yeah. Now that we've seen 2 of the ghosts have been freed, would want to free the other 2. So, I mean, Garon's instinct would be to use magic to try and break that bond, but I don't. This is the first time in combat. I'm not sure how flexible the actions are if I like actually need to make an attack roll with one of my weapons.
Oh yeah, so what do you mean by flexible? Because you got 1 action, so if you want to make 1 attack,
yeah, could
you can do that
just
as
do
your
like
action.
a magical attack?
Sure.
Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean by is there like, so you don't have an ability, I think, for like specific magical attacks, but we can flavor your bow for that if you want.
Okay.
You tell me, how do you want to do your character? do they fight with like their bow and hunting knife and stuff, or are they doing like magical effects to get damage done?
I would think it'd be interchangeable in some aspects. Probably, probably wouldn't want to pull out the bow since we're in an enclosed space.
Oh, I'll tell you guys real quick. So this system is different than like D&D and other systems with combat, in that when you're in point blank range with someone and you make a ranged attack, normally it's like you get negative effects to that. In this system, you actually get your attacks eased if you use a ranged weapon right at someone, with the idea being that they're easier to hit because they're a larger target at that point. Okay. So if you wanted to use your bow, actually this is a situation to do that.
Well, then I'll do that.
All right.
Just shoot him in the face with an arrow.
Yeah, I'll just pull out my bow, and I think murmur a little prayer to the green. And maybe there's, just more for flavor purposes, maybe there's this like mystical green flame that engulfs the arrowhead.
Perfect.
As I let go, and I'll aim for I guess the old man's umbilical cord.
Got it. Yeah, let's do it. So aiming for the old man's umbilical cord. So it's a level 3 difficulty task. Because you're closer up, that's going to be eased to a level 2, so you just got to roll a 6 or higher for me.
Okay, let's go. 16.
Lovely. All right, go. And then since it's a medium weapon, I believe it does 4 damage. Is that correct? Great. Yeah, it slices right through the umbilical cord of the man, you said, between the man and the woman. Cool. Cuts right through. Same thing. He like almost he was like mid attacking, Ava, and then he just like kind of floats back, and his whole body relaxes as it slowly disappears, and he vanishes from this plane. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn? You've got movement left, so you can do any little extra things if you want.
No, I think I would just move to a position where, just make sure I'm not like behind Ruby or anything, so I have a clean path towards either the other ghost or the old man in the chair.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, as far as like the way that this room is set up, it's got, he's on like the armchair near the middle of the room, but there's like a couch, there's some cabinets around. Do you want to like position yourself in a way with that sort of stuff in mind, or you just kind of standing in the middle of the room, arrow ready to go?
I'd probably put the other couch between me and him.
Perfect. That's good.
Something.
Cool. Yeah. Just get something in between you and this man.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. All right. Sounds good. Give me 1 second to just read something. Bear with me. Cool. All right. Sorry. I was reading a little bit about Bewitched because I'm wondering how to beat Ruby. All right. Cool. So that's your turn. That means that we jump back to the top of the initiative. By the way, between Ava and Ruby, I said Ava went first and then Ruby, but technically you guys can go in any order. So if you'd like to do any other order, you can.
Ruby's okay if Ava moves first.
Yeah, Jenna's frozen.
Oh no.
So we may have to have Ruby go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which doesn't bode well because I'm guessing Jenna's going to attack him this round.
Yeah, maybe we'll just wait 1 sec.
The plan was to try and stun lock him. I don't know if that's a possibility, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, there she goes. Okay.
Your thing, you're good. Grab her
I
in a
think
moment.
for now, maybe...
Is your plan kind of to keep this thing going, or?
Well, she was, but I do have a second option I can do to like flavor it with the fact that Jenna's not here.
Okay.
For now, I'm gonna just shift to powerful rhetoric. Specifically, I'm going to denounce my foe.
Lovely. Cool.
So she turns from distracting to keeping him, or blatantly insulting this man.
Mm-hmm.
And denouncing him and his terrible actions. And so, well, how long have I been talking to him, actually?
Oh, that's a great question. Not long. What do you have to be talking to him for, a minute?
It has to be a minute, so I don't think I've been talking to him long enough.
No. I mean, so far, the combat has been about just over 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and you guys.
Yeah, I was like reading
it,
through it again, and I was like, no, I can't do it yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't do it in this case. But I like where your head's at. But let me think. Well, I'll tell you what. I was gonna have something happen on your turn, Ruby. So, or was I gonna do it to Ava? I think I was gonna roll, but since you're here and Ava's not,
that's fine.
It's gonna happen to you. I'm so sorry. My
It's
apologies.
fine.
I'm going to so in this cipher system, aid. She's back. So in the system, we have this idea of GM intrusions.
Yeah.
Which basically means I can throw something at you guys. That will change the encounter. So Ruby, at the top of your turn, you're continuing this effect going on this guy. Through the large window in this living room, smashes a large deer that comes hurtling straight at you. This deer has it's wrong again. It's like too many joints. Its eyes are pure white, and then you notice that there's actually 6 eyes, not 2. So 6 pure white eyes. Those horns again are quite jagged. Its hooves are sharp, and it comes sprinting straight for you. So I need a speed defense roll from you.
This is going to be great.
By the way, these things are called knot deers.
Yep.
So just so we know, when I refer to a knot deer, this is what we're talking about. It's a difficulty of 3 for your speed defense roll, so you got to get a 9 or higher unless you want to apply anything to that.
But I'm also in the armor, so I think that brings me up to 12, does it not?
No, the difficulty doesn't change. It just means that when you apply effort, you got to apply more points to it.
I wasn't sure. I don't think I have anything that really helps me with that.
Yeah, unless you want to apply effort, which would be
and I really
6
can't
points.
right now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, sounds good. So we're going to do a difficulty of 3, so 9 or higher is what you got to roll to avoid this.
That's a 13.
Okay, great. So this deer comes sprinting through the window, just smashes it open. Everyone notices, of course. It comes going straight for you. You take a step back and avoid this deer coming through.
Yep.
And
that means I have to restart my Bewitch.
Exactly. Yep. So the deer smashes against the wall on the other side, and turns around to face you guys, and is like now almost locked in combat. It's taking almost like a protective stance, like it's trying to protect this old man, which is interesting. Something you clock here. But Ruby, if you want to take your turn like normal, feel free.
I think I'm gonna still try and get the old man bewitched still and start talking about, do you really think the deer is gonna help in this situation?
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, you start mentioning that. you turn back to me. He like shakes it off for a second and realizes something was happening, and he looks at you and he's like, "You witch!" And then you take him back into this phase of just having to focus on you. Great, love it, awesome. All right, so let's see. So that's Ruby's turn. You go back to doing that. You see the deer.
Do I get an experience point because you put in
yes,
the
thank you.
intervention?
So I did a GM intrusion, so that means you get an experience point, and you also get a second experience point that you can give to one of your fellow players for any reason. So let me know who you'd like to give that to.
Let's give it to Ava right now, because she's going to be the one that's going to have to deal with this deer in a second.
Love it. Cool. Well, in that case, unless you want to, you're back.
No, I can't move.
I can't do anything else. You're standing in the middle of the room. The deer is eyeing you down to come back at you for another attack. Before that, though, we've got Ava. You've got another turn here. Catching us up, we've got the old man in the chair locked with Ruby. We've got just the older woman left as far as the ghosts, who's still attacking you, Ava. And then we have this knot deer that just sprinted through the window and is now wreaking havoc in this room. What would you like to do?
So Ava is going to. How many cords are left? How many umbilical cords? That's what I'm in my brain. They are.
Just the one. Just the one attached to an older woman there.
All right, so I'm going to use quick throw again, and I'm going to choose 2 targets this time, and I'm just going to one at the umbilical cord. She just the knives that she had just grabbed out, she just goes, yeah, man, let's one go at the umbilical cord and let's the other one go at the deer.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, so you both of those daggers that you just picked up, you turn around and throw them right back out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do umbilical cord first. We had set difficulty 3. You had reduced that 2 times, I think, somehow. What did we use for that? Or just the once?
So because I have
the daggers are light, so you reduce.
So yes, I have the daggers are light, and then I've got the weapon wielder and I'm trying to remember what else I've got.
And then they do an extra point based off of what you
have
taken.
From the weapon wielder. But we didn't ease it twice, did we? Did we just do it the once?
It's just for the light weapon, I think.
Okay,
and
cool.
Yeah, that's all.
We got it down to 1 somehow, but I don't remember how. Maybe you applied effort.
Oh, it was because I rolled a 20.
Rolled a 20. Yep.
All
right,
that's
cool.
why.
So difficulty 2 this time. So you
yeah.
gotta roll a 6 or higher on the umbilical cord for me.
Okay. 18.
18, perfect. Slices right through, does the exact amount of damage, 3 damage to cut it. Again, this older woman here, she loosens up. She drifts back from you as she vanishes, the umbilical cord as well. With this last one, you see those 4 umbilical cords that were like floating in the air, connected to this man's stomach, all go from translucent to completely completely real, and gravity takes them over and they all flop to the ground, and you see this black tar ooze drifting out of the cut ends of each of those, there you go. You're also throwing one at the not deer. So same thing, it's a difficulty 3 reduced down to a 2 because of the daggers, so you got to roll a 6 or higher.
Okay. 12.
Awesome. All right, so this one flies across, strikes right into the side of this deer. You see it doesn't make quite as much of an impact as you would expect. It's almost like its muscles, or maybe its hide, is quite sturdy. So that basically translates into this deer has, or not deer, has an armor of 1, which means your damage is reduced by 1. So instead of doing 3 damage, it does 2 damage. But it still sticks in, gets into this not deer, and it sees, you see its 3 eyes on the side of its head all look at you.
She's actually going to move into its line of sight to physically put a barrier between her and Ruby and Garen, who are going to do magic stuff that is going to help the situation in Ava's head. She thinks that they're going to do the stuff that's going to help the stuff. So she's just going to go ahead and put herself right in the line of fire for this thing.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yep. Yeah, you put yourself right in there. Just to avoid it from attacking anyone else, let's go ahead and have you do an intimidation roll for me.
Sure.
Again, this is a difficulty 3. I believe you're trained in that, in intimidation.
I am not. What I am trained in, or what I could do, is I could induce fear in it.
Oh, sure.
I can use.
But that's probably an action, I just, or.
It's one of my intrusions. It's one experience.
Oh, if you want to spend an experience, so that's up to you. Otherwise, it's just a regular difficulty 3. You got to roll a 9 or higher to kind of hold its attention. You could also, it's intellect, so if you want to spend from your intellect pool to decrease it, you could as well. You tell me.
I think I'm just going to just roll it regular.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So 9 or higher is what you're trying to hit right now.
Yeah, because if I do induce fear on it, then it's going to have disadvantage against me, which means that it probably is going to pick a different target, which is counterproductive to my.
Yeah, you're trying to make yourself. Yeah, you're trying to make yourself an easy target almost.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
I rolled a 13 though.
Great, cool, sounds good. So yeah, with the strike, getting a knife right into its haunches, it's rearing right at you, and it looks quite angry.
She just puts the dukes up and says, "Bring it on, goof
bring
boy."
It on. All right, that's Ruby and Ava. We're now on to the old man and the not deer. Old man is locked in with Ruby, so he's going to keep doing that. Not deer is going to attack Ava. Makes the most sense to me. So again, difficulty 3. Just got to roll a 9 or higher for me.
All right. 15.
15, perfect. It comes sprinting at you again, its horns are super sharp, dagger-like, much like your own daggers. It comes sprinting in head first to attack you. You dodge out of the way and kind of push it to make sure that it doesn't go past you and hit Ruby. And it collides into a wall. Its antlers get stuck into the wall, and it has to really pull to get itself back out before it turns right around again to face you, Ava. Cool. That's the not deer. This guy can't do anything. So I guess it's Garon's turn. Over to you.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Got a not deer running around? Have you still got this old man in a chair staring at Ruby? who is still giving a monologue currently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
I mean, I know. Actually, it might be. Actually, I like that idea. Okay, so I think Euron's interpretation of this would be the old man has pretty much summoned some solid reinforcements. So
Mhm.
instead of like continuing to whittle down the reinforcements, he's going to shoot the old man.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good to me. So attack roll for that. Let's see where we're at. I'll let you in a little bit behind on the game design here. He started out as a level 6, so that would have been a difficulty 6, 18 or higher to roll. But with every ghost taken down, it reduces it by 1. So we're actually just at a difficulty 2. You just got to roll a 6 or higher to hit him.
Okay.
You've seen that he's like almost like physically gotten weaker and weaker as you've been removing these people from him.
Yeah, I think once again, Euron whispers a little ode to the green, and that green flame engulfs his arrowhead.
Mhm.
He pulls it back and lets it loose.
Perfect. Go for it.
That's a 2.
Hey, it wasn't a 1. Something really bad would have happened if it was a 1. All right, so you fire across it. It hits the chair next to his head, and he's barely phased. He's still staring at Ruby. So Ruby, you still have this intact. Cool. So that's that. Anything else you want to do on your turn? Movement-wise, talking-wise, you want to do anything else?
So I know one of my ciphers is like a dark splinter. I can attach it to a weapon. Would that be an action to attach it, or could I just do that?
I believe it's free. Let me read the wording on that real quick. Actually, I sent you the wording. I'm gonna read it
Yes.
from our messages. Charlie, and where are you? Okay. Attach the wood to a weapon. Okay. Oh, ciphers are actions by default. So if it doesn't say specifically, then you assume that it's an action. So it would be something that would be the sort of thing that you do before combat, or if you're okay with like losing a turn to prepare it for
Okay.
future attacks.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
if
wanted
you want to do that,
to check.
all right. So on your next turn, you can do it, or you can save it for the future.
Okay.
Cool. I like it. Great. So that's Garon. We'll jump back up to the top with Ava and Ruby. Who would like to go first?
Doesn't matter.
If you want to attack him, it's probably more beneficial if you go first, because then I can try and bewitch him again after an attack versus.
Oh, I was gonna punch the deer in the face.
You can also
but-
do that.
There is a deer coming straight at you.
Yeah.
Ava.
Yeah, that wasn't my plan. Was to punch the dagger
Also
from
fair.
the deer or
Yeah.
deer in the face. But
I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna keep on bewitching this guy. So
okay.
Perfect. All right. Let's do Ava then.
All right. I'm gonna use my Iron Fist. And so I think I'm actually going to attack the deer by kicking him in the face.
Okay. I love it. Go.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's do the attack roll then. So difficulty 3, 9 or higher.
It might be higher because my unarmed attacks count as medium weapons.
Oh, they do. Cool. Well,
She learned
the ne-
kung fu in prison. It's fine. You know.
Perfect. Cool. So they do more damage, but the attacks aren't eased. So normally,
Yes.
it would reduce. So actually, that's something that you can, I would say, choose in the future as well. Is if you can
okay.
either attack as a light weapon or a medium weapon. Medium will do more damage. It does 4 damage. Light is 2 damage, but the attack is eased. So do you want to do more damage?
More damage.
Perfect. So difficulty 3, you got to roll a 9 or higher for me.
12.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
Go ahead and describe this strike for me.
Oh, I feel like she just does like a spin, a very like, it's very graceful, and then just like whaps the deer upside like the side of its face, like trying to hit it in its ear.
Perfect.
I don't know if it's a hearing creature, but maybe if I mess up its equilibrium. This works on people.
Oh yeah. Perfect. You take this strike right into its ear. You do see it like dazes it for a second. It like trips and like falls down on its side before having to get its legs back under it and get back up. But yeah, you do some good damage there. Oh wait, I forgot that it has armor though, so slightly less damage.
Yeah, so it's 3 instead of the 4 that I normally get for it. Yeah.
But yeah,
or
so
is it? Yeah, I don't remember.
still a good amount of damage, and it is looking pretty hurt at this point. It's moving a little bit more sluggishly as it's coming in for its next attack against you. Cool. Anything else you want to do on your turn there?
No, she's gonna continue to be kind of in it. Yeah, she might shift just a little bit so that if it like runs at her and she has to dodge it, that it's not gonna directly go stab Ruby.
Oh yeah.
So she just kind of slides a little to the
Cool. Love it.
slide.
All right, sounds good. So that's your turn. Ruby, are you just keeping the Bewitch going?
Yep, just trying to keep the Bewitch going so it doesn't.
Perfect. You just start going into like listing groceries or something. And
No, it's probably some random story about some dumb shit they did on the trail at this point.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like it's like the utter dumbassery we get into on a regular basis.
Yeah.
just going through every single thing you can think of to just keep your mouth moving to keep this guy's attention on you.
And what would
Think
frustrate an old
about-
man most?
Yeah.
The fuckery of stupid kids. Yes.
Yeah, what would
Just
keep his attention? You
general-
start talking about the route that you took to get here today. Yeah.
General feral child antics.
Love it. All right. Cool. So that's you doing that. Old man still hanging out with Ruby. Not Dare is going after Ava. Ava, I need a difficulty 3 speed defense task from you.
That's a 15? Or a
15,
9?
you're fine.
15.
Cool. So it sprints at you again, barrels past as you just kind of shove it in the direction you need it to go to not hit Ruby, and it turns around again to attack. Awesome. Yeah, you're just definitely dodging these attacks. You take in a strike, you get back, doing real well with that. Someone else doing well is Garon. What would you
I'm
like to
doing so great. So great, guys. So great.
Hey, you got a good strike at the beginning of the combat. You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'll try and shoot another arrow at the old guy.
All right, go for it. Make your attack roll. What did I
or
say?
higher,
Difficulty
right?
2, so 6 or higher. Yep.
Please. That is a 3.
Good. All right, sounds good.
I'm just getting caught up in the movement of this deer and Ava, where it's just there's like too much peripheral action going on where it's distracting me and my shots are going wide.
Perfect. This one flies right past Ruby. That is a little too close for comfort, but luckily doesn't hit.
This is
her
why
or-
we train with the knives beforehand.
Exactly. Awesome.
So Ruby
All right.
doesn't flinch.
Cool. So yeah, Garon, another magic infused arrow flies by. Anything else you want to do here on your turn?
No, I'll just stay where I am. I've got a couch in between me and the old guy, so.
Perfect. Sounds good. Great. Then we're back up to the top with Ava and Ruby. I'm assuming Ava again first.
Yeah, is the deer looking rough? I don't know.
Yeah,
She's
it's like pretty hurt.
I'm gonna use Iron Fist again, and
Cool.
I guess
Right.
depending on if I kill it or not, I've got a finale planned for that.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and make your roll there.
And I have to roll I rolled an 11. I don't know if
Oh yeah, that beats it. Yeah,
Okay.
9 or higher is what we're aiming for.
Okay.
And doing the Iron Fist, so 4 damage, reduced down to 3. Ooh, this thing is fucked up. It is so close. You see that it's like having to struggle to keep its legs under it as it like weaves back and forth and steadies itself to come at you. Good.
I feel like she did a low kick to its knee joint, and I know that those were going the wrong way, so she's just like,
Trying to fix
it's supposed to be the other way.
You straight up break its leg. One of its front legs. So it's having to like move while keeping its weight off of this leg, and the other one's just kind of moving it forward as it gets ready for another attack.
Rips
Love
off
it.
the other leg and uses it as a cane.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. All right, it's fucked up. Ruby, anything else you want to do? You want to keep the bewitch going?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to keep on talking at this guy. He can summon deer. I don't want him coming near any further past us.
Love it. Cool. That's Ruby. We'll jump over to Old Man, hanging out with Ruby. We've got the
They're having tea at this point.
Not Deer is quite fucked up, but it's not running. It's staying in the fight. It's going after Ava. Ava, speed defense task for me. Difficulty of 3, 9 or higher.
And I have the
And you're trained in it, right?
trainings,
Yeah,
yeah.
So 6 or higher.
Well, that's unfortunate. I rolled a 4.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right, this thing comes sprinting at you full force. It's trying to pierce you with these antlers. This time you're not able to dodge out of the way in time, and you realize this. So you put out your hands and like grab onto the antlers.
Oh yeah.
And it pushes you up against a wall. It's 2 sides of the antlers like go to either side of your body. One of them pierces your shoulder as it like pins you to the wall here. And as it like tries to rip its head free to come at you again with another attack, you're currently pinned to the wall with this creature attacking you.
Exactly where I wanted to be. This was in the plans all along.
All according to Kenkaku.
Yes.
So this sucker deals 3 damage to you. So that's going to come from your might pool.
My might pool. Okay. And
Yep.
then,
So reduce your might pool by 3.
Yep. And I have a leather jacket, which reduces it.
Oh yeah. Reduces it by 1, so 2 damage.
Okay.
And I forgot to factor this in earlier. Did you get an ability that like negated the speed?
Yes.
Got it. The additional speed cost. Cool.
Yep.
Sounds good. So you're wearing armor, but you're wearing armor better than Ruby's wearing armor. Cool.
It's just because I'm very fast.
Exactly. You barely know anything. Yeah. So this thing pierces into your side here. Yeah, that's the not deer. We'll jump over to Garon again. So we got Old Man. You see with him sitting here without these creatures, or not creatures, these bodies around him. He's starting to like his wrinkles are getting a little bit deeper. You see that black like tar that was leaking out of the ends of the umbilical cords is also like leaking at the corner of his mouth. He's starting to cry a little bit of this black tar as well. But he's still there looking at Ruby. What would you like to do?
We're gonna try again.
All right, shoot this man. You got this.
Is there? Can I?
So
mean,
it's
can I spend effort to ease this?
Absolutely. So it's a difficulty of 2 right now. You got to roll 6 or higher. You can spend. This is a speed task. So if you want to spend 3 speed, you can reduce it down to rolling a 3 or higher. Difficulty 1.
Cool.
All right, sounds good. So all you gotta do is roll 3 or higher.
All of them scare me. All of them scare me.
Uh-oh.
20?
20?
I got a 20.
You picked
Hell yeah.
20.
I imagine just a little bit of flavor that when this time I've just been so frustrated about missing these other shots, and I'm just like, Ava's now pinned against the wall by this not deer, and Ruby's putting her best effort into keeping this guy distracted, that instead of the small green flame that has engulfed the other like arrowheads, it's just like a massive blaze of green
Perfect.
fire.
Awesome. And that fits. So when you roll a nat 20 on an attack roll, it deals an additional 4 points of damage. So you're doing a total of 8 damage. And then you also get a major effect attached to this. So that's, if there's anything else you kind of want to make happen, like even magically with this arrow, we can negotiate if you have any thoughts on any other effects you'd like to happen here. Or you can let me know and I can, or let me have it and I'll tell you what happens.
I mean, it'd be. I don't know if it would be. You would let me have this where it's powerful enough to also like transfer to the not deer and affect that, but so if like I could help out Ava a little bit, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen here? So 8 damage gets him to almost death. This not deer is almost death as well. Also almost death. Also almost dead. I got my words correct. You as you're bringing this arrow back, you're now feeling like this extra, I gotta get this shot. Please let the shot hit. The arrow fully engulfs in this green flame. Your bow itself also becomes this green flame. You feel it on your hand, and it's almost cool to the touch, this green flame. It's not even hurting you at all. But you fire this arrow, strikes right into the heart of our old man here. As it strikes, you see his body starts engulfing in this green flame, and he starts screaming as he is burning to death. With this, the not deer that's standing there attacking Ava just drops dead, as if some sort of effect that was keeping it alive is now gone, as the old man burns to death with the armchair he was in this chair with this green flame. And as it starts fizzling out, you guys are there. Ruby, you just saw him burst into flames as this arrow came
I feel like Ruby just stops and takes a huge breath because she's been talking nonstop.
You're just a little red in the face.
Yeah.
Ava, is she still pinned to the wall? Like, because the antlers were like in the wall. Like, is it holding the deer up, or did the gravity like kind of pull the antlers out and it?
That's a great idea. It's still pinned into the wall. It's just body has gone.
It's limp.
Hanging from his head, and you're just like pinned to this wall with this thing.
She's gonna use her
one in your shoulder.
She's gonna use her feet and brace it against the deer, and then just like push out with her feet to get it out of her.
Perfect. You knock it out, it lands on the ground and dies. Oh my goodness. All right. And as this armchair starts smoldering, what would you guys like to do here?
Garon, would you mind staging this as something? I feel like there's bad something. Like, I don't like this stab wound here from the whatever that creature is. Do something, make sure I don't get ghosts.
Sure. Well, first I'm gonna collect the 2 of my 4 arrows, since I know we said I get to recover half of them.
Oh.
Perfect, yep.
So go pick up 2 arrows, and then I'll pull out my simple medical items and tend to Ava's wound.
Perfect.
Ava also grabs her daggers while you're grabbing the arrows. Just
yeah.
Whatever.
Cool. All right, so you patch up Ava's wound. Actually, so let me think here. We can do recovery rolls if you guys would like to. We haven't done those yet in game. Where you would roll a d6, add your tier, which is 1, so a d6 plus 1, and you can split whatever that is amongst your point pools if you want to boost any of those up. Since this is the first time you're doing it for the day, it would just cost an action to do. And I'll say with I'd like the medical supplies to have some sort of effect here. So why don't we, if you use it with a recovery roll, why don't we just add like 2 extra to the roll going forward? So if you want to, like, whenever you guys do a recovery roll, you just choose one of the 3 of you to get an extra boost of 2. That's what we'll do. So it sounds like you want to use Ava in this case, since she took some damage. Cool.
Sure. Well, actually, it's an action at this point. So, well, I guess helpful going forward. Would I, like, if I'm spending the time to patch up someone else, would I have to wait till that's done before I use my own recovery roll?
No, we can use that all in the same recovery roll with you guys.
Perfect.
Because it's mostly like everyone's taking a breather, you're patching up wounds, or you're just taking a break, a mental rest, even if you're taking intellect points back. So you can kind of be doing that at the same time. You're just also focusing on attention on someone else with your medical supplies. So,
Cool.
cool. Sounds good. So you do that. Once you guys are all set, let me know.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Got it.
Nice. Cool.
My D6 did not like me. I only rolled a 2.
I rolled a 1.
3.
So. Killing it, you guys.
Our rolls have been great, guys.
GM curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
It
get some
happens.
sweet 20s today, though. So I either
Yeah,
do terrible
yeah.
or do amazingly.
Perfect. Yeah, you dealt the final blow.
The
This guy had
most-
not even taken any damage yet, and you killed him in one strike. So well done.
Yes, thank
All
you for doing that because I would not have. I don't know if I'd be able to have bewitched him back after that.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys are kind of taking your taking a moment here, patching up wounds and such, let's say Ruby, while Ava and Garon are patching up wounds over there, you notice now with like the smoldering wreckage there, you see this small leather pouch has been left unscathed and unburned next to the body of this man, like in the armchair, who is now, by the way, now that the fire has kind of dulled a bit more, you see he's mostly skeleton now, with like burned skin, but it's also like all this black tar and gunk has started like has you see that like appearing and like covering his body as like a means of maybe decomposition or something along those lines. But you see this little leather pouch that's sitting next to him in the armchair, which was unhurt by the fire.
I will point that out to Garon and be like, I don't want to touch it, but this is still here. It's something weird. On top of the whole bleeding black.
Well, we should definitely burn that whole armchair. I'm just saying there's a fire pit out back, or out front. We should probably just like lift it up with the carcass in there and just burn it all. Burn it all. Fire. Cleanse. Whatever. You can burn your herbs and I don't know.
I would like to
So
try and identify what this pouch is.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's grab an intellect check for you. Doesn't need to be very high. Let's set it at the level that he was at. So by then he was a level 2, which was quite low level. So just gotta roll a 6 or higher on this.
Okay. Would understanding magic come into play here, or no?
Yeah, sure. Throw that in there.
Okay.
Make it a difficulty 1, so just gotta get 3 or higher.
Sweet. Oh my god, I rolled a 2.
Oh, nice, fantastic. I mean, it does look just like a regular leather bag.
Can I try and identify? Well, wait, let me see. Identifying danger laws. Can I identify if it's dangerous?
Yeah, you want to do your little danger sense thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
It's danger sense of shit.
Perfect, sounds good. So yeah, same thing, 6 or higher,
Let's not.
or 3 or higher if you.
3 or higher. Let's not roll a d6 for that.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Completely change the odds.
I rolled a 6.
That's a 9.
It's 9. All right,
9.
sounds good. Doesn't seem dangerous. It seems like it was the fact that he wasn't reaching for it or anything like that during the battle makes it seem like maybe it's less. It's not like a weapon or something that he would have been using against you. It just seems like a pouch that he was using to carry some objects.
Ruby's gonna pick it up. It doesn't.
Oh
seem
my
funky.
gosh.
Perfect, you reach over, you pick it up.
I have gloves for this.
Gloves don't protect against curses.
Are you sure? It feels like
Yeah.
they would protect against. They're really nice leather gloves. I feel like they would protect against curses.
Oh.
I don't know, your supernatural fire shit didn't like destroy it, so
So Ruby, you pick up this little pouch. Feels like it's got a couple of small items in it. Yeah. Feel free to open it if you'd like. Or
I'll open it, I guess.
Kiara's like
Cool.
looking over your shoulder. If you didn't grab it, he was going to.
Yeah.
Ava's trying to pick up the chair with the carcass and the bones in it to just like, she doesn't want to touch the body. She just like the whole chair. It's got bad karma now. I don't know what.
Yeah.
What there's bad energy on this chair. We got to get rid of it. We got to burn it with fire.
so while you're doing that, Ruby, you open it up. And there are 2 ciphers in there, which we are going to roll on the table and find some random ciphers. So if you want to give me, roll 2 D100s for me, and I will grab those numbers.
We loot the body.
Exactly.
That's
all
a
this was.
31.
31, and the other one?
48.
Awesome. So on my table, we've got a crow baby. Don't know what that means.
I'm intrigued.
It's a baby version of Crow.
Already, it's larger.
And a healing cob.
Ooh.
All right, so let me read these out, and then I'll send you guys the full description when we're done here. But Crow Baby, it's a simple doll made out of 2 crossed sticks, which are then wrapped in burlap and a handkerchief. Here's how you use it. You name the. Oh, actually, no. You guys would have to fucking identify these things. We'll need rolls. So that's a level 5.
Ava is not helpful in this regard.
I will identify.
So Ava, you basically you're seeing these things, and you recognize them as like some sort of like magical item, but you wouldn't necessarily know what they are.
Like, all right, that's that magic stuff that you guys into.
This
And then-
fall under function or power.
Okay. And then the other item, it's another doll with a dried corn cob body and arms and legs made out of husks.
Oh. Fun.
So yeah, we got these 2 little items. You guys can take the time to examine them either now or on the road or whenever you'd like to do it.
Maybe we examine on the road.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
Oh, but we can't pick them up without.
Oh, yeah. I'd say since you can't use them yet because you haven't identified them, you can just like keep them separate. And then when you identify them and are choosing what you want to keep, that's when we can make that distinction. So for the people at home, just to catch you guys up, so in the cipher system, ciphers are like small one-use items with different effects that the players can use. However, they have a limit of how many they can carry at any given time. For everyone except Garon, they can carry 2 at a time. Garon can carry 3 at a time. They already have a few each, so they're pretty full up. But we just got a couple more, so if they want to keep these ones, they'll just have to swap them out. But yeah, so let's see. Great. So yeah, you got those. You guys tell me what you'd like to do from here. Now, here's the thing. It started raining a little bit harder outside, and it's gotten darker. It's actually sun is setting. It's quite late now, evening. So if you want to walk back as quickly as you can maybe get back before the last of twilight goes away and it gets pitch black, or you can come up with some other task.
Hey, Garon, do you know what this thing we just fought was?
Can I try and deduce that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Ava's taking it out to the front and like she's already started the process of burning it. Like,
so I'll tell you right off the bat, this is a difficulty 8 task to identify this thing. So that means you have to roll a 24 or higher on a d20. However, this does fall under that like identifying magic side of things, which that's something you're specialized in, is that right?
No,
Were you
just trained.
just regular train? So that would reduce it to a 21 or higher, so a level 7. And then if you want to spend effort, you can spend 3 from your intellect pool to reduce it again. Although you have 1 edge in intellect, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, you spend 2 to reduce it. So if you want to spend 2 from your intellect pool, you can reduce it to a level 6, which would be an 18 or higher. That's what you'd have to roll.
Sure. I'll do it.
Before you make that roll, give me 1 second to check something.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I don't remember if my speaker roll gets me anything here for you. I don't remember if I took that. I think it only boosts your if you're talking to people, which doesn't help you right now.
I have a question. Well,
Yeah.
You guys can figure that out first. I'll
Okay.
ask afterwards.
If you have a question while Ruby's looking.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I was
right
gonna
now,
say,
so-
I have these buck's head haunt antlers
Mhm.
to summon a ghostly deer to do something. Can I summon that deer to give us a ride back to town fast?
Oh, interesting.
Can
No,
I
I
get a quick
can-
ride from this ghost deer?
Yeah, you know what? That's great. I love that. I love that idea. Yeah, you can do that. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Yeah, I
love
don't
that.
have anything
Gangly,
that
we
can
can fit on
assist, I
a
don't
ghost
think.
deer. It's fine.
All right. Well, then we're heading back on over to Giron. You need a 18 or higher on a D20.
Come
And you're spending
on.
2 speed points to do
I don't
it.
know what D20 to use because they've all betrayed me.
Use the one that got the 20 last time.
Okay.
Well, they've already got the 20 out of the dice, so now
Yeah,
it's
no,
gonna be
use a
useless.
different one.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use the different one. I haven't used this one yet. We'll use this one today.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Come on.
Curse that one as well.
That's a 15.
Mm,
Good,
so
but
close.
not good enough, unfortunately. 15, I'll still give you a little bit of information. Just kind of like recapping what we've seen and a little bit of info. You're not going to know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
First of all, clearly something evil at work here. I'll point out that one of the things that it said to you after Ava asked, "What the hell are you?" Is that it's been here long before you, and it'll be here long after. That second sentence ended up not being true, but the first sentence might have. So this is likely an ancient being of some kind. It's basically it seemed, based on what it was doing and its powers, it seemed like it was trying to recuperate. Like it seemed like it was trying to drain energy back to itself, almost like it was maybe healing itself or something along those lines, with that whole weird umbilical cord thing. Like the things that were attached to it, it was drawing energy from them. And it seems like you guys interrupted that process. So I'll stop there since you technically failed. But you kind of understand what you saw, but you don't know what it is. You've never seen anything like it, and you can make inferences based on that.
Would I be able to tell if the aura of this place has changed? Like, have we found the source of whatever was poisoning this, or is there still something here?
Great idea. We'll say that you kind of do that same ritual you did before to kind of discern that this was happening. Maybe take a step outside, set up your ritual again, and feel out the earth. You do feel that although the earth and the energy here, the green itself is going to have to kind of heal, you have stopped the thing that was hurting it. So It's not healed yet, but the process of healing has begun. You've dug out the bullet in the wound. Now the wound just needs to close up and heal on its own.
I'll turn to the others and say the evil effect on the place has been. It'll take time for the land to bounce back. Might be a good idea to check in on Denny and see if it's still being influenced. While we're here, also, maybe we should check out the rest of the house.
You do that as Ava's like, all right, from outside, and she's like, I don't know, found some sort of oil or something, and she's dumping it all over the chair and the body and just like setting that bitch on fire.
Girl just kind of shrugs at that and will be like, well,
It's
she's
raining
busy,
now.
so
She's not gonna start a
I'll go
fire.
back inside and look through the rest of that while she's busy.
All right, so Ava's setting a fire in the rain.
She
You're
sets
on.
fire to the rain like
Just-
Adele really meant for
Just
us
call
to do.
down lightning. It's fine.
Well, hey, you found some oil. That's totally fine. So
Yeah.
that'll get the job done. Don't you even worry about it. Garon's gonna start searching the house. Just make sure that you guys aren't missing anything. Ruby, are you up to anything?
Ruby will assist in searching the house, but also keep an eye out on, or try and keep the door in sight. So if she needs to run out to assist with something going after Ava, she can.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. So the two of you guys go in and start searching the house. Let's say this. Let me set a little things that you see, and then you can determine if you want to take anything more than that. But as far as things you find, you do find when you go upstairs to where like the bedrooms are, you find unfortunately some unsettling things in there. Essentially, it looks like they tried to clean up the best they could in each of these bedrooms. But you go into a room where you see a very small bed where the young girl would have been. There's no sheets or pillows or anything on the bed anymore. It's just the mattress. But you do see like a dark old reddish brown stain on it. And you find similar things in the other bedrooms where the mom and dad would have been sleeping and where Denny and his wife would have been. It's basically from that you can infer that he got up in the middle of the night and went room to room, just killing each member of his family. And from what it seems, looks like he didn't do it on his own. It looks like he was influenced in some way based on this creature.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant were there accomplices?
Oh yeah. No, it wasn't. Yeah, you get what I actually meant, but that's what we got.
Something
Just the voices in his
influenced him,
head.
but
It's
he
fine.
did the act.
Yeah.
Alone.
Let's grab a check from both of you guys, Garon and Ruby. We'll do just a difficulty 3. This is like perception, investigation would be like the D&D terms, but whatever you want to do as far as if you have anything for like looking for things, looking for items or clues or anything, you can make that. Otherwise, difficulty 3, you got to roll a 9 or higher.
17.
Got it.
10.
Nice. Cool. So you guys are searching the rooms, probably separate, do these things, and then you reconvene in like a side room that has like a desk. It seems almost like they've set it up as almost an office. And you do see a really heavy duty iron safe in there where like valuables would be kept. So you see that in there. And you can use that information however you'd like.
Yeah, right now I was gonna say Ava's would be like, I got tools. He's gonna die anyways. Somebody should have the money. Anyways,
We don't-
he's been sentenced to death.
We can save.
All right.
not.
Do you want to jailbreak him? I could probably help jailbreak him.
If we jailbreak him, we're probably going to need the money anyway because this will be the first place they look, and he'll need something to get on the road with.
If
Ava says this as she she popped upstairs, but she had also drug the not deer into the fire pit and like burned that sucker and the antlers the dagger antlers that they found in the butcher. She like burned all of it. Evil, bad, evil, burn.
I love it. Just say it, taking every single thing that's slightly evil and just being like, we're burning it.
Throws
Not taking
herself
any
in the
chances.
fire. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
if we can't get him off the hook, we could always come back later.
This shit. Nobody's gonna believe that there was an old man with umbilical cords to ghosts. I know Ruby can work miracles with that beautiful voice of hers, but, like, I don't think that she could. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's worth a shot, right?
What if we just take the money now and then we get him off, we give the money back? If not, I mean, he's not going to be able to use it in the afterlife. Or we could jailbreak him and give him the money to run away with, and he might give us a little bit of it for helping him. Like plan A, we try to get him off, but we should take the money anyway so we don't have to make another trip 2 hours out here again. I gotta wait for us to get home faster, but you know, I think it's a one-time use thing. I'm not great at this type of stuff because this is new. We don't have this stuff where I'm from.
Okay.
All right. Ava just like grabs her tools and is gonna start going to work on pulling that safe apart.
All right, sounds good. We got a heavy duty safe. This would be a difficulty 6 to break into. So that's an 18 or higher. You're using tools, which counts as an asset, which would reduce that down to difficulty 5. So it would be a 15 or higher. You can apply effort if you'd like to, and honestly, any of the skills would apply here if you want to.
I was gonna say, can I? Now this is a stretch, so feel free to say no.
Hey, I appreciate the effort anyway.
My knowledge of prison systems helped me in unlocking this in the fact that like I'm well aware of how to like surpass locks and things, that kind of
I'll tell you what, if your character has been around locks,
yes,
but if you think that Ava was taking like an active focus on learning how to pick these locks and stuff like that in prison, then you can absolutely say that would apply here.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
I would say she was very interested in that because she's yeah.
All right, that works then. Well,
a menace.
So reducing from a difficulty 6 to a difficulty 4. So all you gotta do is roll a 12 or higher.
All right. 16. Woo!
Nice. Perfect. So you get you do all the right things. You got the tools. You use a bit of brute force as well as just a knowledge of like how you need to set everything up to get this open, and you break into the safe. Inside, it seems like this was like where they kept all their legal documents. So like the deed to the house is in here, birth certificates, anything like that, as well as a stack of cash that they have set aside. It's $100 in a bound up bit of bunch of papers. $100 cash, and then all these important documents in a fireproof safe. What would you like to do?
Ava just starts shoveling it all into her bag.
Perfect. Everything, all the legal documents and the. All right, cool.
Everything.
Sounds good.
She doesn't know if we might want to settle down someday, and having a deed to a house might be helpful. I don't know. Or we can just give it back to him. I don't know what he wants. Well, we can figure out the logistics of it later. If we already have the stuff, then we can do what we want with it, you know?
Perfect. All right, sounds good. So you got a stack of $100, a bunch of legal documents, stuff it in your bag. And,
She hands the money to Ruby.
Ruby.
I think while Ava was cracking open the safe, Garon would have gone back to one of the rooms, like the bedrooms, and would have tried, because I know the bloodstains are a little older, would have tried to use hedge magic to clean the bloodstains.
I love that idea. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do that. These are like deep, like set stains, so you won't be able to get them completely out, but you definitely are able to kind of reduce the sight a bit. Now it goes from someone looking at it and being like, someone died in this bed with a lot of blood, to it's just a regular stain. Someone spilled their coffee, they cleaned it up, that sort of thing. So it's a nice faded stain now on each of these. Makes you feel a little better, I'm sure.
Yeah, and just, if we get Denny off the hook, then he can, if he comes home,
he can settle back in without
it won't be as jarring of an experience.
Yep. Yeah, so we just got faded, sort of a little bit of what's left over, but we still have, but it is no longer the like deep, old red brown stains that it was before. Okay. Yeah. Anything else anyone wants to do in this house before we head off?
On his way out, Garon would probably light again some more sage and just kind of bless the house a little bit.
Perfect. Yeah. Just doing your little rituals, making sure everything's safe. And yeah, you guys head on out. Ava, are you gonna do the summoning the deer thing?
She is. She just is muttering while he's doing the sage. She's just muttering kind of like a prayer under her breath for the ghosts of his family to move on to the afterlife. No particular reason. Just seems important to her that the ghosts move on.
Perfect. So you take out these two little antler pieces. You smack them together. It says that you call on the deer spirit to come for your aid. What do you do to call this spirit to come?
Here, Bucky, Bucky, Bucky. Here, Bucky, Bucky, Bucky. Here, Bucky, Bucky, Bucky.
Perfect. This massive, larger than normal, spectral blue deer appears. You see some light emanating from it as the sun is setting and it's getting darker. And the deer bows before you. You hear a voice in your head from the deer say, "How may I serve you, master?"
Hi, friend. Would you mind giving us a quick ride back to town? Walking took us a long time. We're all pretty gangly. I think you could carry us all. Is that cool?
You see this majestic deer settling into the fact that he was summoned to give as an Uber to give a ride to these three random people in the woods. And he bows and he settles into his fate and turns to face the road so that you guys can climb onto his back.
He's like, of course, some spoiled brat from New England told me as a goddamn Uber.
And you guys can all go ahead and mount this deer, get on the back, three of you in a line. And you guys go riding into the woods. And with that, he's able to get you back just as the sun is finally going out. Darkness has set over the city. The only light is from the lamps that they have lit throughout the streets. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end for this evening on that stopping point. And there we go. Awesome. Loved it. First combat encounter. Great. We learned a bit more of what happened back at the house with Denny.
And we just gotta clear his name.
Yes.
Let's Phoenix write this shit.
Unfortunately, you
Yes.
burned all of the evidence, so we'll see. What we do with
Yeah.
that.
I was
Every
like,
time Ava was doing
Somebody
that, I
should
was
have
like,
pointed
so
that out to Ava. And she started dragging everything to the
Honestly,
fire.
didn't think about it.
I thought about it, but then I was like, do I really want to drag this all the way back to town and have it potentially contaminate everything as we go back to town?
Oh, Ava
Oh.
was not taking that risk. She was like pushing everything that seemed like it was touched by that evil into a fire pit and just like, where's the fuel? Here's the fuel. Light a
Yeah.
match. Bye.
I mean, it was a great. It's a great thought as long as you're not trying to get someone off for doing a murder. So, but
she
we'll
wasn't
see what
really
happens.
thinking
You guys
through
can
all
figure it
Yeah.
out. All good. All good.
Maybe they'll
Uh,
trust their spiritual friends. Me with no
All right.
charisma.
I can boost your charisma a little bit.
I trust you implicitly. You got to tell me not to do the things before I do them, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little late now for you to tell me that I shouldn't have done that because we're like fighting on the Uber, dear. Like,
Yeah,
that's the end scene is we're like squabbling over what happened.
Oh man. All
Next
right,
time,
Charlie, you
we
want to clip?
just no need to. We know not to burn the evidence. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We're learning. It's fine.
Next time, next time.
We
But-
can jailbreak him. It's fine. We don't really need to stay here. Like, I don't know when his whatever execution is.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Well, I
what
think-
time?
What, the trial was tomorrow, or is the trial
Yeah.
already happened?
The next day of the trial is tomorrow.
It's not
this
over
is a
yet.
long drawn out
There's
process.
time.
And that's when he
Yes.
would be like executed.
You don't know necessarily.
Yeah.
Probably not executed. They just said that the next day of the trial
It's
was
the trial of the century.
Yeah.
They're gonna draw
Yeah,
it out.
exactly. Yeah, they've been going for about a week.
Oh yeah. This is the.
Back and forth. The lawyers have been going at it.
Oh my God.
And yeah. But yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you everyone for joining us
Yeah.
this afternoon. We'll be
Thank
back
you.
with very intense episode of Jukebox Justice tomorrow. Very fun. And then yeah, back here again next week. So be sure to
Yeah.
come hang out with us. Have some fun. Until
Yes.
then, have a good weekend or a good week whenever we see you next. But for now, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.